we need to. Yeah, we need a new. We need to.
What is that?
We need. Stream. Now that'll focus once we put shit on the table.
Okay. Where's Tom? Across the street?
No, he's at the board. Okay. All right. Can you guys in the chat tell us if you can hear us?
I don't think I screwed anything. I have to go real quick. Are you okay?
We're just testing the sound. Okay. All right. How's the sound? It's good, Greedo. My bad. I was talking right into the mic. How about now? Is that better? All right. Can you hear me now when we're on the side camera? Do you guys like this camera? What do you think of this camera? It's quieter now? Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Brown and Tom Kelly. Yeah, this is live. This is real live TV. That's Bastian Winkelhaus. The players are making their way into the playing area.
Yeah. You're sitting on that side, closest to us? Yeah, I had to go get a long sleeve shirt on. So you just want to switch to the game stream?
Yeah, they're saying that when we're on this screen, we're quiet.
Because we're not actually, it's the sources is only the video, that.
Okay.
We would need to set add a source of the microphone. We're not actually going to watch it, correct? Show it in this view.
Well, we do want to be able to flip between the two.
Okay. So just hit plus on that. And then hit audio input and capture. And then hit add source, the blue button on the right hand side. And then you're going to hit mic 1, I think is the one that it is. So now that's there, and then if you scroll down on this side, you'll be able to pick up the mic 1.
All right.
Actually, I would just mute that one, since it seems to be also picking that one up. There you
Better?
go.
Better? Okay.
Well, because, yeah, it was actually turned off.
All right.
And so now everything should be how it always is. We just need to change the bottom player.
Yeah. So bottom player is
That'd be Tom, I believe. The player closest to us.
bottom player is Bastian.
Okay.
No, what?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's got light side. Yeah, pretty sure.
Bastian's got light side.
Yeah, I think it is flipped actually from what we
Yeah.
see. So, yeah.
Okay.
Those are Tom hands.
That's tough. Yeah.
So bottom will be Bastian, and looks like Bastian's playing light side first.
Okay.
Is it already recording?
Yeah, actually, we need to hit the record button once he changes this.
Okay. And is it live already or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like you're broadcasting. You're on the air,
Okay.
Angela.
So shout out to all Europeans still listening. I think it's
They're asleep, dude.
11. Is it 11 there? Yeah, it's 11 p.m. I think.
It's only 10 p.m. for Kevin,
Yeah.
Jap, Darren Pillbeam, and the
Yeah.
Brits.
That's true.
And we still have plenty of Euros in chat, so they're staying awake for this.
Yeah, finals.
Gonna be a lot of calls out for work tomorrow. People sleeping in, right?
Yes, you hear me.
Okay. So what's the first?
It's gonna be Bastian.
It's gonna be-
versus Tom, i.e.
I think Tom picked that matchup.
I'm not sure
Hello,
who was the
Moritz.
higher.
No,
I believe picked that.
Bastion
Who's
is the higher
seed?
seed.
Yeah.
It's the 6 seed against the 7 seed, I believe.
That's,
Caps lock
that's
is very
actually
sensitive on
impressive.
that
Yeah.
keyboard.
I'm seeing
That right
that.
there is impressive. Nobody in the top 5 made it to the finals.
Whoa.
Last year, the 8 seed won the whole thing.
And he was like
Yeah, I
the
think he-
tiebreaker with Chris Kelly. It was like super
Yeah.
close. They almost played Savik or whatever.
Yep.
It was last year. I remember that.
Yeah, that was fun. But I think he played against Johnny Chu, who was the 1 seed, I believe.
No, probably not, because I will be in Germany arriving on Tuesday morning.
All right, so now everything should be set up for the viewing with the correct titles and all that stuff. Looks like we're getting starting interrupts played, and we will see what this game brings. It's going to be a Tatooine-centric matchup with Watch Your Step and IE.
I mean, the nice thing is at least Bastian's going to get the train of 3 of Kessel if he plays Kessel.
He does play Kessel, but we'll see if it comes out.
Bastion's putting out his starting cards right now. He's got Walkling, Squadron Assignments, and Like My Father Before Me. Tom should have put his starting cards out already. It looks like they're face down. He's got Prepared Defenses, Starting Interrupt. In the booth here with you, we've got Casey Annis, Angelo Consoli, Jerry Heine, and Dan Tartaglione.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Jerry's is yours.
That's Casey's. I think
That's mine.
Casey, mind if I pull up the stream on this one?
Yeah, sorry, I had it up there before. I think I closed it. Just in that tab or new tab, whatever.
I'll just go.
Where is the feed?
Whoa, Marines, what do you mean, where is the feed?
You can still see us, right?
Are we... You should be seeing the playing surface right now. Let us know if you don't see that.
Stream is good.
Okay.
Maybe Marines needs to refresh.
Yeah. Maybe the problem is you. We're going to try to do something about the glare on Tom's starting cards. I'll see if I can fix that.
It's the light, I think. Yeah. No, they need to change the light. Or
Yeah, we just need to figure out better lighting solutions. I've been doing this for a few different events, and glare has always been.
Okay.
But once we start getting, when the sun starts going down and we lose our natural light, this
Okay.
kind of stuff seems to happen. We just need to figure out
Yeah,
some way to get
unfortunately,
around
Just the way that
the overhead
this
lighting.
is-
Yeah,
Or they should
not-
use like matte sleeves. That would also help, right?
it could help.
Yeah.
Or
But that's also just on. I mean,
yeah, we should.
That's better, right,
other
for the starting
games do
cards?
sleeves tournaments. And
yeah.
thanks for watching, guys.
All right, so Tom started, I don't know if you guys talked about it, Tom started Imperial Arrest Order, Endor Shield, and mobilization points.
Pretty standard IE stuff.
You saw him on camera in the last round, but he plays a Trooper Beatdown variant of IE, and you see starting hand there,
Yeah, Zoran, Luke.
So,
Luke and his lightsaber, Mos Eisley.
okay, so that's a pretty good starting hand. Tom has the troopers.
Is there any activation in that starting hand? A Wisa or?
I didn't see, there is an all-wing, so he can pull a ship, but I didn't see any activation. Blast the Door Kid, Wedge.
Yeah, so,
There's the battleground site, so I guess that's activation maybe.
Yeah.
So Moritz asked, what's your opinion on Tom's Trooper IE? You saw Cryptos and the AC and played the regular IE version yourself. So this is like, I think, a bit a difficult matchup because Watch Your Step is playing also on Tatooine and makes the Devastator a bit vulnerable. So
And you see Tom go and get the Executor
Yeah.
right now. He's going to need that.
and then Darkseid will try to force the game to make as much damage as possible in the beginning, and and Lightside will try to
it's just
not make this happen.
It's just so fast.
Yep.
And that's the thing. That's the nice thing. But I mean, Bastian does have the Luke and his saber in his opening hand. And I mean, how many is? He probably runs multiples, so we might see him just go and search for the first one instead of playing the one in his hand. So he knows he has the first one.
Yeah, but either way, you can set up Luke at the cantina
it's
early.
I think the system will be the key. The system. If you
Yeah, and I think
beat him, if you
Bastian
beat the
going
ship.
out and getting the Outrider first shows a lot of. It's going to put some pressure on Tom to either reinforce the system or just give it up.
Yeah, because
Well-
the Trooper version is much weaker in space than the regular IE version.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about Kessel in this matchup if you're Bastion? Is that something that he wants to play, or is it just giving a place to run for Tom?
I think it's giving him a place to run. The other thing that is interesting, I don't know if Tom plays it though, is Colonel Rolf
Yularen.
Lauren, sorry.
Yeah, he's been usually an IE build, but the Trooper build maybe sometimes has a harder time fitting him in, but he is huge against Ash because he doesn't let the power get reduced.
Right, you do need to cut down on some of the number of good Imperial officers in favor of your infantry.
And I'm guessing Tom plays the and his name escapes me right now. But actually I'm gonna look for it.
We see Tom go and get the Executor docking bay, along with a Tatooine site with his objective.
Watto's junkyard.
Watto's junkyard, yep.
Yeah, I can't shake him as always in the Entanglements builds, but the Trooper build maybe has less of them.
Yeah.
Because then I would help him get out the Yularen.
Yeah, because you're Lauren, he's only a deploy of 2, so we might see that come up.
Yeah, Grimtash could be good, not in the sense that Tom plays a ton of non-unique troopers, but he plays 6 of the trooper pullers. The
Yeah,
tactical
yeah,
support, that card right there. So he's gonna lose a force to go and get 3 troopers.
And just on the other side of the flip coin to that side is Monarch might be good for Tom because we know that Bastion's playing multiple Lukes.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't think Tom plays
No, I
Monarch,
don't.
but Monarch was a card all weekend that I felt like I wanted that card.
It's always the 61st card in every
Yeah.
deck, so
I don't know if anybody's a part of the Slack chat. That's something that people were talking about a couple weeks ago was make sure you bring your Monarchs and your Grimtashes to Worlds.
I played Grimtash, I just didn't play Monarch.
I've seen more
Yes,
of
we
them
know
this
you
year than
play
you usually do.
Grimtosh.
Oh,
Sure.
sorry, Dan.
Yes,
Dan and I had a game yesterday where I played Grimtash used against him about 3 times in that game.
You should have grabbed it.
Well, I was saving my low grabber for the Sorry combo.
Yeah.
This matchup was it was a Throne Room versus ISB matchup, old school Star Wars.
There you go.
that's a good card.
Imperial Justice from Tom.
That's
And
going
a
to be
couple
big.
troopers
This
on there.
helps a lot in space.
Mara Jade, a Trooper, and a Sight, I think, are the 3 cards on Justice.
So if you don't know, Watch Your Step is a deck that relies on drawing multiple Battle Destinies via its flip side and via other cards that add Battle Destiny draws. When Watch Your Step is flipped, anytime you have 2 smugglers together, you can add a Battle Destiny. and Imperial Justice limits each player to drawing only one Battle Destiny per battle, and you can use it 3 times per game. So it's a very important card for Tom to get on the table, especially in his beatdown deck, in order to limit the amount of power that Bastian's able to generate on the other side.
So, another thing about this matchup is, sorry, well, my mind is not working today. I kind of almost expect Bastian to actually pull the "don't do that again," just shield, to stop Tom from generating the +2 at the docking bay.
Well, it's not actually going to do that though, because Tom
Has the battleground
occupies starts with the battleground system occupied.
Yeah, that one doesn't work.
It's always tempting, because as a throne room player,
Yeah.
anytime I see a player start mobilization points, my gut reaction is always first action, pull the "don't do that again" shield to shut off mobilization points before they can use the game text to pull executor or do something like that. But of course, against Imperial Entanglements, they start with
It's satisfied.
occupying a system, and they satisfy the requirements of the shield, and they can still use mobilization points anyway.
One card I was thinking that we saw in Bastian's Watcher Step yesterday was the Surprise Assault. That could be kind of big against trooper drains, where you can draw a 6 or something against a trooper that only has 2 power.
Yeah.
That could be pretty
Yeah,
big.
you can, and then you can play it once, and then from
Yeah.
lost pile. So
Yeah.
then,
So we cancel 2 drains, maybe cause 3 or 4 force loss.
And
with
you,
that.
and you got to look at Bastion's deck right there. I was saying before that I want to make a virtual version of Trooper Assault that is just the same as the original Trooper Assault, but it can be played as response to Surprise Assault. So you can Trooper Assault the Surprise Assault
That would be
and
fun.
blow out your opponent.
Surprise Counter Assault V would be the good card for that one. All right.
So this Verify is actually big if that's a game-changing card, because Tom might get a chance to see it and play around it.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
And
But
you have to
cannot
think that
really
there's a
play
good
around
chance.
it.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe not.
Yeah.
'Cause, I
In-
mean,
in
you
that
still have
deck
to
you
do your
cannot-
force drains.
Yeah, you cannot play around it.
But I think
Tom
if
doesn't
he-
have any kind of canceller or anything for that
If
card.
Tom has Imperial Decree, that would reduce the damage from that, I believe, right?
He could have like
That's right.
cold feet,
Would it?
cold
Yeah.
feet. Yeah, Imperial Decree and cold feet cancels
Cold
it.
Feet does cancel
Yeah.
Surprise Assault.
Cold Feet, okay.
Okay.
But yeah, we did see that in Bastion's game yesterday with the Watcher Step, so I definitely was on the lookout for that.
Tom, Tom
We
has
had-
2 dudes on the Devastator.
Marines, we had Throne Room on camera in the
Fossil
last round.
And, yeah, I don't know who the other guy is. Ozzel and a trooper or
the
something.
Ability 1 trooper, I think it's Elzek or
Oh,
so.
the Speeder Bite guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's good enforcement for space, so it makes it much harder
Plus
for
there's an
Bastion.
Admiral, so you can threaten the
Yes.
command.
And the other nice thing is, if he does get the another trooper biker up there, I believe it's the one that he's down. He can actually draw Destiny.
Yeah,
subtract
it's
that from the
a-
treasure
Barrack.
and
Yeah,
power.
Barrack's
Yeah.
game text when he's combined with another Biker Scout Trooper is pretty strong.
Cam ISB uses mobilization points, and it's a big deal whether or not Throne Room is being played, because it stops them from pulling the Executor.
Okay, Bastion just draws. So Kessel wasn't in there. That's the Verify, I think.
What is Bastion's dark side? I think it's Agents.
Yeah.
Agents of Black Sun.
Yeah, the other matchup will be Old Allies versus AOBS.
Yeah, I think both of them at this point are very familiar with that matchup.
Yeah,
So
we've seen that one a few
Bastion
times.
didn't play Luke. Also, Bastion didn't have any activation, right?
He had the
The
Mos
battle-
Eisley, but he didn't play it, I don't
Yeah.
think.
The thing that's going for Bastion in terms of activation is that Imperial Entanglements does give up a good number of icons. He's getting 2 icons right now from Tom,
Yeah, he will get an
and
good
he
number.
will get more. And he's also denying Tom one of his own icons via the converted Tatooine system.
Yeah, and he also will probably convert Mos Eisley, I think, when he just left it in hand.
Right, that's a good point, Angelo. That could be what he's waiting for. Is he knows that if he plays out Mos Eisley now, it's just going to get converted by Tom.
And he
Whereas
won't
if
get his game text, yeah.
he won't get his game text. Whereas if he waits, he can do the conversion himself.
Cantina Shuffle might help Tom a lot, or Bastion a lot later.
The converted Tatooine is actually a very interesting part of this matchup. You'll notice that when Tom made his Endor Shield pulls, he didn't try for Grand Admiral Thrawn or anyone like that, because he is limited to 1 Battle Destiny, at the Tatooine system. He does get to drain for 2 there instead of 1, but he's
Once he
limited.
flips.
Once he flips, yes. Right now he's capped at 1 anyway, but once he flips, he gets to drain for 2. But he is limited to 1 destiny there. He doesn't play any independent
You're not allowed to
droid
play independent
starships. You can't play them,
starships.
yeah.
He's not Captain 1, he actually just can't train.
Yeah, it's just a 0.
Right.
Like you just lose no force to the drain at Tatooine system, I think is what it says.
Or occupation.
What usually helps in these kind of matchups is DS61.5, but I don't know if Tom is playing him, and usually we'll get him with I Can't Shake Him.
So there's a Mos Espa docking bay from Tom.
Does Tom play Mos Eisley?
I don't know if he does or not. Huh?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And it's interesting because he can just wait for Bastian. He can just say, I'm happy not to have it on table all game. If you don't put it out, I won't put it out because...
The thing is, does Tom know that Bastian is playing Mos Eisley?
He would have to know, but he did get to verify.
Yeah, but
Mos
Mos Eisley was in his hand.
Okay,
Yeah.
But
so,
he did.
So maybe he doesn't know
He
that.
did play Bastian, I think, yesterday
Oh, so then he would
or
probably-
the day before. But I don't know if they played that matchup.
I think that
So the
because
Admiral's order came down, and we're going to get some really cheap troopers while you guys are...
yeah, we're gonna get some troopers coming down. I think that Tom sees that Bastion's not playing the farm puller, and if he's not playing the farm puller, then it's a pretty good bet he's playing Mos Eisley.
Yeah, that's a good call. So Tom loses a force to grab 3 troopers with tactical support. Definitely going to see a flip from Tom this term, I would think.
Did Tom have
Probably see a
the occupation in hand?
I don't
That-
think I
that's
saw an
unclear.
occupation, Yeah.
He got occupation in his opening hand in the quarterfinals, and then it took him until the very end of the game against Hayes to get it out in the semis. And
Because I'm pretty sure he's playing like 4 copies or 5 copies maybe in that deck.
he's playing a few of them, and one of the big reason why he got past Justin in the quarterfinals, having to win by more than 13, was that he opening handed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so he spread out. He went to.
Cantina.
Yeah, this will be the big flip, and then it's really comes down what Bastian is able to do against it. Okay, this is Barik, so he fortifies the system.
I'm-
So yeah, he has the
So,
biker scout combo going on up to the system where he can draw destiny and subtract that from power and attrition.
but I mean, he's still going to be power -6 if he comes down with the Outrider.
Probably
Correct.
power -8 even.
Yeah.
But all the guys on space have forfeit +2, so that helps.
All right, so
So-
there we go. Tom is flipped,
Yeah, we got 4 of the Tatooine locations
Yeah.
occupied.
and it's turn 2. He's
We'll see
occupying
if the
5
occupation
locations.
comes down
Pete
from
will
the
come
hand.
out,
Doesn't
but
look
he
like
doesn't have
Piet's
the
moving.
occupation.
Piet's
so
move.
that's-
All right, so every site.
Yeah. So
No
so-
occupation though.
Yeah,
So now the
this
question is-
really helps Bastian because the occupation is really key.
Hmm.
So now the question is, what will Bastian do? Especially with he has the Luke, he has the Outrider, so he has answers. I mean, does Tom playing barriers and
Yes, he's
Yes.
playing
barriers,
multiple barriers.
kicks.
Yeah.
He has troopers who can react from
Troopers,
hand.
yes.
yeah? And it looks like he saved more than 1. So. that
And
might be-
also the react is cheaper with the Admiral's order. I think the guy comes down for usually 2.
Yeah, because they're non-pilot warriors,
Yeah.
so they deploy -2.
Yeah.
With the Admiral's order.
-1.
Or is it -1? Okay. But they have forfeit +2 from that? or-
Forfeit plus
And defense value?
Defense value +2.
Okay, I knew something was +2.
Yeah.
Seven.
Give me something.
you got it. Okay, so-
There was a 2 on there.
So Tom is threatening a drain of 7 now next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. The system is 2 icons, so
Yeah.
it's really a lot of pressure.
But again, he has the answers. I saw. He's looks like he's got a sight in his hand. It's not oh no, that's his deck.
Yeah, he's looking at his reserve deck right now.
And
He's
still
going to have the
no Kessel.
Boss Nass Chambers probably in his.
He's looking for Kessel or Corellia.
Well, we know he plays Kessel, so and it's not in his hand, so it must have been
Must have been activated.
buried at the bottom of his force pile this whole time.
Troopers are everywhere.
Yeah,
Reed
but the
Smith.
thing is, you don't want to
Troopers.
play it anyway. So unless you draw it for Battle Destiny, you can keep it in hand, or it's somewhere stuck in your force pile.
Yep.
I think that's okay.
Yeah, I don't think he minds that it's not there.
Only happens once a year. They never know.
All right, we're going to see a control tunnel vision here from Bastian. He's going to get to look through his force pile, take any one card. Unfortunately, we can't
might
see.
see-
We might see, but doesn't look like it.
Maybe he's going for that Kessel. I mean, he knows it's in there.
I don't think he.
I think he, like we said earlier, he has to contest the Tatooine
Yeah,
system.
I don't think he wants Kessel.
If he just concedes Tatooine,
Was
then
Dash in the reserve deck or no?
I don't remember
We don't
for
know.
sure.
Also, the thing is, Bastian doesn't have much force, I think. He activated like 10, 11 maybe this turn, and he left like 3 or 4 last turn, so that limits his options.
I think he's only activating 9.
Okay, so
He's
there's
gonna
the Outrider.
flash
All right,
the
so
Outrider.
Dash was in the deck.
So you have to go to the docking bay or to the system.
I don't see him going to the docking bay. I mean, it is cheaper, but why would you go to the docking bay and move and fly up?
Yeah.
It's not that's
Unless
that's
you're
not
planning
even
on
the cheap.
flipping.
That's not even the cheap docking bay.
Yeah. If you're planning on flipping, I'm saying if you have something you can play from hand.
Yeah, the only reason to go to the docking bay would be if you're trying to set up a flip without battling.
They have.
But I'm not even sure. Like,
Toby, there's a lot of forfeit in
Yeah,
space.
he's going to the
and
system.
also Barik, who can draw Destiny and subtract that from the total power and attrition. So it's really hard to get rid of the Devastator right now. And Bastian needs to flip to draw 2 Battle Destinies.
And I mean, Justice is on
Just-
the table
Justice is
anyway,
there, yeah.
So 2
Yeah.
Battle Destinies.
So he
is-
needs,
he
he needs to
start
flip
getting
and
some
and
fights
just
through
and
to.
all right,
the
so
spin in
Ellers,
hand.
or sorry,
Ellers.
Loslemy.
Let's let me tick him. And so they're both piloting. So like you said, it's a power 8 Outrider.
Yeah.
Actually, it might even be power 9. Those guys might add 3.
No, I think Leslami only adds 2.
Yeah. So I think he will maybe better have with this Dagobah interrupt to make.
Yeah,
his
if he is
ship-
moving to
Moving to
attack
attack
position.
position.
so I can maybe set the Devastator to power 0, and then there are going 2 guys.
And
Pulsar
he's-
Skate.
okay.
Pulsar Skate also.
Well, then you can only use it once per turn, though, right?
Well, he might just be going down with it from hand. I think it was Wedge from hand.
Whoa. Okay.
So he's really throwing a lot of
Yeah,
stuff at
that's the
Devastator.
thing. The system will be key.
No, TV. He just has to occupy. All right, Pulsar Skate's gonna get barriered. It doesn't really matter though, because there's nothing in his lost power right now that he really wants to
gonna
flash
cancel the
back.
barrier.
He's got a Bith Shuffle combo for the barrier, and he's not drawing 2 Battle Destiny anyway.
Oh,
So,
it looks like
I
Tom
think
has a second
Tom
barrier.
might have another barrier. Yeah.
Whoa.
oh, second barrier from Tom.
Yeah.
Second barrier canceller?
No.
Nope.
Oh.
All right, so Pulsar Skate's barriered.
So weapons display will.
Yeah, but unless he has moving to attack position, I can't see him battling here.
So he's not
Yeah,
flipped.
target both. So Bastian is asking if the barrier will exclude both the ship and the pilot.
Weapons display only says characters, though, right?
Yeah, weapon
Yeah.
display only targets
Yeah,
characters.
so that's why. Does he lose or not? So, but
No.
he will. No.
No, he doesn't lose. He doesn't lose.
Since I think the character wasn't necessarily excluded, just the ship was.
Oh, you should
I yeah,
I'm
I
not certain though.
I found this out on Jemp a few weeks ago. He does not lose.
Yeah, Jemp's been actually a good thing, like
Oh, we have.
enforcing the rules there. We've got quite a conglomerate now.
Euro Emperor in the house.
Reed Smith, Prince Spencer, and Steve Salucci are now with us.
The Emperor's coming here.
That's exactly what I wanted. I was like, let's just get like 8 people in here and we'll just all be screaming together.
We shall double our force.
You should double your efforts.
We got almost 60 viewers going on in chat. Almost 60 people here. Like over
Yeah,
60 were here at the event. So
I think it was 69.
Almost 60 people in this room.
yeah. What's good? The capacity is only 23, so might get a little
Jerry.
cozy.
Jerry, you gotta get out.
Someone will have to sleep on the floor.
Bold numbers. Why do you have a maximum capacity?
Don't put any more 23 people in this room, or else.
Oh, Christ.
So many virgins in that room, somebody says. All right.
Bradley David Iyer.
So Bastian is probably power 9.
So did a battle actually?
power
happen
8.
there?
8 or 9.
No, I don't think he battled.
So which pilot was it? One of these Laslomi?
It was
or-
Leslomi and
Leslomi
Dash on
and
Outrider.
Dash.
Laslomi adds 2 or 3?
That's 2.
It's 2.
For some reason, I thought they both added 3. But
I
could
think
be
also
wrong.
he had,
I thought they both added 3.
because it's the pilot instructor, so he should be adding 3, I think.
No, maybe.
Eller
Isn't
Maddox
she a
is the
she?
Oh,
pilot
Ellis?
instructor.
Okay.
But the other guy.
Yeah.
Oh, there. she? Oh, no,
He's
no,
a
no.
he.
He's a he.
I was
She's a
gonna say,
he.
but
She's a he?
Leslie-
Okay.
no,
Star Wars is
One of the
very
one
open
pulls the
game.
other.
I always thought Ellers and Leslomi were like a couple. No.
Maybe they're brother and sister. We don't know.
Viosla is a female, I heard yesterday. We should know, probably.
They have to have it in their
Like a
lore.
freaking button.
Female.
So let's say it's power eight.
I'm pretty sure it's at least 8. It might be 9.
Yeah. But if he battles, I think he would probably need to get the moving into attack position, because otherwise it's hard.
They must be family because they're all the same species.
Right. So Tom has, I think, power 9, 10, 11 or 14.
All right,
or
the troll
13.
agrees with me that Ellers is male and Leslomi is female.
And it adds 3. Just
Good.
looked it up.
Okay. So power
I
9.
was
yeah.
pretty sure that they added 3. Both the Duros dudes.
Score one for queso.
So if
Yeah, he
he
finally gets
I got
a point.
one.
if he plays moving, so he can make the ship power 0, but then could come
Still
the
have a ton
one,
of forfeit.
Yeah,
and
one
then
react guy could
we
come
have the
also
biker
in
scout
space.
combo
No,
up
they
in
can't
space too.
react
Yeah.
to
He
space.
can react space? Only on
Just
sides?
sides, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's still early on, but I mean,
But there's
Bastion's
like-
going to take a drain of
Like
6.
15 4 feet in space with the 3 characters.
Yeah, and the Justice and the Bear Destiny.
And then Tom's gonna be able to look at the
Jet
top
bar.
like 5 cards
Oh,
of
yeah.
his deck.
5 card.
Yeah.
Or 6 cards, right? Because there's 5 sites.
5 sites in the
And
system, 6
so
cards.
it's the top 6 cards. Take one in hand. So if he doesn't have the occupation now, he certainly will.
He will,
after
yeah.
that.
And we know
He's
he's
problem
got
with
TB, if he doesn't have a moving to attack position, it's not really a profitable battle because
He
the
could
pulsar
lose
skate's
somebody.
barriered.
And he could also lose a guy there.
Is Bastian still thinking on his turn whether to battle?
Because
so.
I think so.
the watch a step objective is not
I
flipped
haven't
yet.
seen him draw cards or move or
so-
anything like that. So
And the
Yeah,
other-
and that's the other thing. His aliens don't have their forfeit bonuses right now.
So what is the forfeit of?
I think Leslomi is a 4.
4. So
And Dash is a 5.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
he
that sounds about right.
if Tom
3
draws a
on Leslomi.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Even worse.
If Tom draws a 4 as Battle Destiny, then Dash has to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's not a good battle if he doesn't have moving to attack position.
So the other thing is, though, Bastion might be a little rushed because he knows that Tom has the Executor in his hand.
Right.
That's a good point.
So I mean, more powers. I mean, if
Does Tom activate enough to play it next turn though?
For
He's
sure.
got-
Yep.
That's
with the mod
2,
points
3,
and
So
the
he
2
has
docking
2
bays.
docking bays?
2 docking base. Okay.
Yeah.
1, 2,
Probably
3,
has
4,
enough.
5,
And like he has like at least 3 saved.
9, 10,
He can just play it and not battle too.
11.
Yeah.
He will get 12, I think. 12 force next
And he
turn.
has 3 saved.
Yeah.
So he would be fine playing it. That would be all he would play. But
And occupation, which would be enough.
Yeah, just that turn.
I think Bastian might have one of the interrupts that suspends the occupation, but that the
Escape
we'll
pod.
do
Escape
escape pod
combo.
combo, but that's probably it. I don't think he's playing the canceller.
USA, unfortunately, there's not a ton that we can do about the glare. We've been sort of working with it all weekend. I think the only things we really can't see right now that matter are the cards stacked on Justice.
which is Mara Jade, a trooper, and a site.
Okay, there you
I
go.
remember that from when it happened.
And if I was Tom, I mean, if Bastion, okay, it doesn't look like Bastion battled. You just sat there.
Yeah, he just drew cards.
Yeah.
I think that's the smart play. I think it has to be.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think a
Yeah.
battle was the right.
A
Instead,
battle
the
there's not gonna be
Pulsar Skate
profitable.
Got double barriered. Yeah.
Especially with the subtracting troopers. You know, he's not. He might not even come up with any attrition. But he's gonna peel 6 right now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Would it just be? Yeah, it is 6. Yeah.
6,
4
yeah.
of 1 and 2.
All right, we're up to 60 viewers on the stream. That's great, guys.
60.
And 60 viewers, if any of you have Amazon Prime accounts, you get a free Twitch Prime subscription via your Amazon Prime account. And while Bastian is losing cards, you don't have to lose out on the chance to subscribe to twitch.tv/SWCCGPC. We would appreciate it
That's
if
my
you
marketing
used your
baby.
free Twitch Prime subscription on our stream. It'll help generate revenue for the PC, and you won't miss out on any of our stream Star Wars CCG action. We stream Gemp games online. We stream live from events.
Holo Theater.
The
Podcast.
weekly Holo Theater Star Wars CCG Twitch show. All great content. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And coming soon, we will have numerous subscriber benefits.
Yeah, we're definitely going to get the emotes and stuff set up pretty soon,
Yeah.
and it'll be a good time.
In the meantime, Bastian lost 6 cards, and there were numerous interrupts in there that might
Yes.
be
Played from the last
important
pile.
for the
Pretty sure.
for the next step. So I think he lost the one moving.
He also
Um,
lost a Lando.
Lando, and
But-
I'm not sure if it was the suspend interrupt or not for the occupation. And then the top card is they are tracking us. And I think I saw a control
you go.
tunnel vision. I'm not sure.
The Chrono Trigger, we appreciate the subscription. Thank you.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, we've gotten at least 5 or 6.
So do we know if Thomas played the a useless gesture V yet?
Well, he hasn't flipped yet, so there's no need to.
And Zolo is not on table, so.
Yeah. So I mean, I always play that as soon as I see the watcher step player flip, and usually know earlier, because in case they don't flip.
Did it look like Bastian
Agreed.
Did it look like Bastian had any other smugglers in his hands?
He draws some cards, I think, in the end, but I don't know what he draws.
If he
He
has
had he had that one other dude. The
Elor's Medak.
no.
Oh, he had Yachts Orin.
Yachts
Definitely
Orin,
had
yeah.
Orin.
There comes Motti.
That guy's the one who pulls mechanical failure.
So now his Devastator's +2.
There's
Plus
Tarkin.
Okay, that helps fortify space
Yeah.
for Tom.
Yeah. Doesn't add the destiny, but I mean he can redraw if he draws low.
Well, not even low when you have 5 Imperials on there
Yeah.
or whatever. So
But I don't think he will battle. He will just
No.
he just
He
needs
just
to
will
survive.
fight.
Tom doesn't need to battle.
he just
No
needs
no
to keep
reason
doing
to.
5-6
Yep.
damage on the ground.
But it looks like occupation wasn't
Yeah.
in the pick in the 5-1 2.
Well, it's still a deploy
4,
phase.
5,
He might get it out. We'll see.
Well, did
What
he?
is Bastian going through his
Did Tom draw a lot of cards last
He's
turn?
going through his defensive shield. I
No.
believe.
He didn't really draw anything. So if he didn't have it,
Yeah, but he could peek at 6 cards and he plays
Oh,
multiple
true,
of it.
true.
He might still have it.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
might.
He would
it's
play it
possible.
last into the deploy phase if he had it.
Okay, so Bastian played his aim high.
What is it? A barrier? What does he do? It's his lost pile, right? Why did he?
Is that tactical?
No, this is a barrier.
What the hell?
Ah, yeah, he lost the Destiny 7. Yeah. What way? What's?
That was kind of pretty inappropriate comment. Yeah.
What did he? Do? Okay.
Is it a berry? A Japanese berry?
What is it?
Is that what it is?
Japanese.
No idea.
Just the title looks really short.
Okay, so now Tom saved what looks like 5 or 6.
So he didn't have the occupation.
No. But I mean he's still doing that 6 damage next turn, unless Bastian can go to the ground.
Yeah, but Bastian is now flipping. And
Yeah, it's weird. I don't like,
Really unlikely.
especially he runs multiple occupations. That's definitely weird not to see that out yet.
3 or 4.
Well, maybe he just fears losing the system so much that he's just going to lose the occupation anyways.
Oh.
Like if he loses the system,
don't-
the occupations.
I don't
No,
know.
but the occupation is key because it will speed up the damage immediately.
I don't think he has any plans on losing the system.
Yeah. So it's the key is the system.
'Cause, I mean, light side still isn't flipped. He still has cards to pull off justice. Like he can hang on to that system for a long time.
Jim Lee, thank you for the subscription. We appreciate it. Jim Lee, friend of the game.
Jim Lee, friend to everybody.
Yeah, I like me some Jim Lee. Wish he was here.
So Captain Hen to the system would be nice now.
Yeah. Does he have the Falcon in hand or?
I don't know, but would be a nice play. Also, it's not easy for Bastian to just deploy and spread because he has to fear also a trooper beatdown, which could come in any minute if if he isn't careful.
Those
Absolutely.
troopers are so
Yeah.
cheap with the Admiral's Order.
Yeah, but he has dodge in his lost pile, so that helps.
Is Bastion playing any Admiral's Orders of himself?
He might have the one that's what is it called? I'll take the leader.
Yeah.
Because if he can get that out and put the Admiral Ward back into Tom's deck, that
Could help.
helps a lot.
I mean, Tom is already kind of set up, so I think it was more that Admiral's Order is so vital for getting the flip on that second turn, or sometimes even the first turn. I guess we can't play the first turn with IE anymore. I forgot about that. Silly errate.
AOs, yeah. Really.
Just escape.
Because of the turn 2 thing. He's 3-2, but now that you can't play it till turn 2 anyways.
Yep.
I mean, you can play it turn 1. You're almost never going to benefit from it.
I thought that blocked him on the whole thing.
I think it's just for
You could flip turn 1 and then play it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There was that for
Yeah, I guess it's probably not going to get replaced too frequently. Like that with the AOs.
Yeah, right. Because if it's anything, it's Leia.
So Bastian is really thinking hard what to do.
There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Ah, okay. He was still
How do I set up my Twitch to be
We have instructions on the form.
I'll do it from Imperial there.
So yeah, that should be the solution to it here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what is Bastion looking for now?
Okay, there are still 2 zeros in the deck.
He's looking for a way out.
Reduce diff.
We're on Lightside's turn 3. That's correct.
Now, is there a time limit to these games or no?
I think it's 1 hour and 30 minutes.
1 hour and 30 minutes is the time limit.
I think Bastion's kicking himself for not grabbing that barrier.
Yeah.
How much force did Tom have if Bastion had grabbed the first barrier and canceled? Would he have been able to play the second
I
still?
don't know.
I think he would have.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I think he's trying to grab like maybe a tactical support.
No, I thought he only had 3 saved.
He must have been thinking I'm grabbing troopers.
Yeah, it looked like he had a lot saved. I don't know.
I thought he had 3 saved.
He had 3 saved.
One for each
But
barrier.
the barrier.
So if you grab barrier, it'll cost 4 to
Risk
play
the
2
canceler,
barriers.
Which I understand because he's thinking I need to gain.
Yeah, because you have to pay
supplies,
1 for the. So yeah, like I said,
maybe
the second
I
one would cost 3.
get away with just
So
canceling.
yeah,
Yeah.
it would have actually prevented that. You are right. I think in that particular case, I don't remember exactly, but
All right, Jedi Jur is our floor spotter, and he's saying that they agreed not to keep a time limit.
Oh
boy.
dear.
That's interesting.
we're gonna be here for a while.
That's
3 hours.
Not
3
good
hours
for this
later.
game. This game.
This game should go quickly, just the way it's set up.
And
But
then
the next game might be a grind.
Yeah.
We might have to do it in shifts.
Yeah. There's nothing stopping them from.
Yeah,
Not
both these
much
players are very
patience.
methodical thinkers.
Hey, you don't have your purple poker chip on you. I just want to see it.
So, Paul, Tom's deck, interestingly enough, you think that it plays a ton of cards to the table, and it does, but it doesn't really. It gets to a point where it doesn't really need to play more cards, and you get to a point where Tom, if you're not doing damage to him, will sort of just hover around like 20 to 25 cards in life force
then he
and be comfortable there.
retrieves a trooper every turn.
And retrieves a trooper every turn, exactly.
I still don't think we have occupation on the table.
Worlds is in Morristown, New Jersey. It's about 45 minutes outside of New York City.
Nice little area.
So here comes something.
Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight.
Cantina.
Go.
Let's
So
see
is he
if-
gonna play the saber from the hand?
And
Barrier.
there's another barrier.
There's another barrier. The
He's gonna
saber
grab-
is in his hand.
No, I'm saying, is he gonna search for it from his deck, or is he gonna get the one play the one in his hand?
Are you saying if he has 2?
Going fast.
If, yeah,
Refuses
if he
to
has
grab.
two.
So Tom is
And
playing.
now,
Tom is
now
playing
Bastion's-
3 barriers.
No, it's still up.
Yeah.
Maybe he wanted to grab one of the 6 tactical supports.
Yeah.
No, tactical support is playing maybe once or twice, and then
Yeah.
you don't need it anymore.
Plays it 3 times.
And he's still on flip
Yep.
though.
I never did, but
Yeah, he would need to put another smuggler down at a different battleground.
So now he's thinking about grabbing barrier.
Nope.
Oh,
Okay, so he didn't.
Looks like the barrier just went.
Yeah, he's
used.
looking. Looks like he's gonna just do the.
He searched his deck.
It's too late now, right?
He searched his deck for the saber.
Probably for the lightsaber, yeah.
Yeah.
But he knows he has it, so I guess he's only playing one.
Or another one could be.
Or it
active.
could, yeah, could be active, could be in his use pile. I do like the idea of trying to play the one from deck if you can get that one out of there.
Yes, Toby, there was another barrier. And this one was also not grabbed. So we'll see if that comes back to haunt him. 'Cause he was able to cancel the first barrier, but not the
Well, now
other
now,
two have gone through.
Now Bastion's only taking a drain of 4 next turn.
okay. Bastian put back a card with the Luke effect.
But he's still not doing any damage.
Yeah.
He's gonna flip, I guess.
And he's opened himself up now to potential
Gonna put
counter beat.
Mirax
Please,
down, go for
Mirax.
the flip.
Flip. Is he going to land the Pulsar Skate? But then, then what do you
doubt
do
it.
with... Probably
Like-
move Mirax in with Luke.
He would have to.
Okay.
And
so
then we
there-
immediately see next action, Tom Kelly plays the useless gesture, Virtual Shield.
Okay, so
Yatsorin.
there's the- yeah.
Yatsorin, okay. So he could battle here. Tom may have a reacting trooper,
Yep.
but
Surely does.
He said that would be 2 Battle Destinies, but then you could pull a card off Justice.
And the Trooper Soul doesn't protect speed, so.
correct.
Yeah, Piet wouldn't have any protection. But yeah, there could be a reacting Stormtrooper patrol or something similar.
Or what's the interrupt that lets you move a trooper?
Yeah,
to
Point Man.
Point Man.
Yeah.
He's not playing that.
He's not playing Point Man.
I don't know how many details I should give about. I guess it's the
I mean, no
last
one's going to
game.
go.
It's not, yeah, no one's going to go tell
It's the
Bastion.
last game, yeah.
At this point, we do not have the deck list in front of us, but there's no real downside to it here.
I'm wondering if he even takes a card off Justice here. That's how important space is.
Yeah, he might not.
Oh, no battle.
No
There is
battle.
There
Wow.
is a site on.
Phil Asen is acting judging.
Yes.
So our last year's world's champ is currently judging this year's world's.
Oh, he pitched the Executor from
The
hand.
Executor, whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa.
It's quite common because he gets down to low enough life force.
We won't be able to play.
We won't be
it.
able to play it, but we were saying we thought he needed that ship in this
No,
game.
I don't think he needs it. I think
He just
I
needs to
think
overload the Devastator and hang out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, all he needs right now is
He
just
needs
to-
occupation.
needs the
Is the one thing.
occupation.
That's
he
true.
needs.
Bastion didn't battle him in space that turn, so
Or on the ground, right?
or on the ground, or anywhere. Yeah.
But the thing is, Bastion is not doing any damage in this way. So, didn't you say the lightsaber was in his hand? He didn't play it. did he?
Yeah, that's interesting, right?
Mhm.
Bastion didn't play the lightsaber that was in his hand.
He
Well, Luke was
figures
buried,
Luke's
so
gonna
why
die,
would he-
Figures Luke's just gonna get killed,
Yeah.
and he probably has another one.
Hmm.
You don't want to lose that lightsaber
That's
once Luke's
fair.
killed.
Hmm.
He's got to be aggressive with Luke at this point.
So, what's the life force of Tom now?
It's probably 18 to 20, something like that.
Yeah, he has a lot of cards on the
So-
table,
Mhm.
No battles happened that.
Luke, Melos, and
Whoa, 3 characters.
K2SO.
K2SO to the drains.
3 characters, yeah, that's.
but that's huge.
For Winter Step, that's really bad.
And he already lost a Lando off the top earlier.
Yeah, he's almost out.
Okay, but he lost now.
He still has Solo. He still has
Chewie.
Chewie.
In
Maybe
9
an
cards, there were
Obi-Wan.
4
Dolores.
characters.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, 4 characters. Lando and these 3.
Talon Karad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom is being very careful playing around the surprise assault by not putting more than one trooper to a site, and that's sort of the way Tom's deck is built to work with the drop and drain aspect, but it also has the added benefit of limiting the amount of damage that a surprise assault can do. These are power 2 troopers. Even if Bastion draws a 3, it's only 3 force. Tom hasn't lost anything else this
Yeah.
game.
Also, Bastian couldn't be able to track anything right now, and he has 2 zeros in the deck, so Surprise Assault is really
a little less of an option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes down maybe in the later stage.
Stormtrooper Garrison comes down from Tom.
okay.
All right, so now we get to see the beatdown deck try to beat down.
Finally, we'll see Bastion grab something.
He's had so many chances.
What was that? 3 bears. Okay, so he drops.
Kirkanos.
Kirkanos.
dodge.
Now is he
So
playing
he cancel the dodge with Kyrkanos,
Yeah.
or it's a trap, or whatever evasion he might try.
Does Bastian have a Hujix?
I don't think I saw one in his hand. I think I saw one in his deck, but I mean, I don't think I saw one in his hand. Now, is Tom playing Min in his deck at all?
He just got to pull him, I think.
He pulled him with
he pulled him with Kyrkanos. He was in the deck. He was one of the 3 destinies when
Really
Tom looked at his deck
unusual, yeah.
Okay.
before. Bastion's going to read the Stormtrooper garrison.
It looks like there is still no occupation.
No.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. at this
Does
point. Another trooper
when does garrison add a destiny?
With an Imperial
With a-
leader.
yes.
it's an Imperial
Which
leader.
I don't think he is right now.
Sergeant Major Bursk is an Imperial leader. That
Oh,
troopers-
Bursk is leader. There's occupation.
Okay, he got it.
So yeah,
Now this game's going to go a
This
little
is,
quicker.
This is ugly.
could be. Depends on what Tom has. If he has trooper assault, if he has
We have almost as many people in chat now as we had playing in day 2 yesterday. That's
63
great. Yeah.
leaders. Heck yeah, it's great.
Okay, so it looks like, is Tom...
Yeah, Sergeant Major Bursk is a leader. Cam, one of the troopers at the site, is a leader.
Is Kirk Canis the leader, or is it Min?
Min is the leader, I believe, of those two.
Yeah.
Min is the leader. Yeah.
Kier is
I
just
mean,
the
you could have
muscle.
dropped him down instead of the...
I think he
Sergeant Major
used.
Bursk.
Yeah, he could have put
But
Min
I think
down.
Sergeant Major Bursk is a little cheaper.
Time for pizza.
So there's nothing-
Bastion's looking at this, and
Yeah, there's nothing to make us really believe that Bastion would have Hujix at this point. In fact, it's probably unlikely.
Yeah.
But would he need it? He can still play. I can't play dodge. It will be cancelled. Yeah.
So he can't make he can't dodge. He can't. It's a trap. Whatever sort of like usual evasion, blast the door kid, that kind of thing. will all
he
be
would need
canceled.
2 evasion interrupts.
Yeah.
Well, does he have the force to play one from his lost pile?
Could play one
Yes.
from lost
Yeah, but I
pile.
don't think he
or-
lost one.
No, he plays one. It gets canceled. He plays it from.
Yeah, from
can't do
hand.
that.
Because
It's
dodge
unique?
is in his lost
I
pile.
think dodge is a unique.
What about blast the door kid?
Blast the door kid is not.
Not unique.
Yeah, but dodge is in his lost pile, so he can play dodge from his lost pile and have one
Then,
other
yeah.
in hand.
Okay.
All right. Well, yeah. So he might be able to get out of this.
If he has the force for that, how much force does he have saved? Because he's already.
Paid 6 for Luke, and
Yeah.
He would need. Okay, it looks like he has 2, so he could pay 1 for blast the door kid and 1 for
he
dodge.
could use the Luke effect to put another card down if he.
It's not his turn.
Oh, okay. Right. That's right. It's not his
So
turn.
what would the power be with Trooper Assault for Dark Side?
So all the troopers are going to be
No idea.
5, and the garrison will be 10. So there's is it 2 troopers or is it 1?
It's 2 troopers, Kirk Canis and the garrison.
Okay.
So that's
25.
Plus 2 destiny.
Plus
Yeah.
2 destinies, which will be probably 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Let's say 7, so 32.
Luke
and
Luke covers
6 and 9.
15 plus he adds 1 to the destiny, so 16.
That would not be enough, so he needs really to evade or the Hujix in hand.
Yeah.
So does he have?
I see Kessel and Mos Eisley in hand for Bastion.
Do we have? Let's see. What is there?
Jedi Jer says Bastion has 2. I assume he means 2 forms of evasion.
2 force saved. I think
Oh,
is what
2
he said.
force saved. All right, that's less good.
1. So he played something.
What was
Mirax. Okay.
Mirax, okay.
Okay, this is desperate.
yeah. So that
Whoa,
now
it was
gives
a
her
it was a
one
red
force.
card. He Mirexed into a red card. I didn't get a good
So-
look at what it was.
So now if he doesn't have if he tries to dodge from his lost pile,
And he has no force left.
He won't
Yeah.
have force to take the other.
Toby, you can blame Rax and Casper for building Emil's QMC deck.
It looked fun. It looked like it was fun to play, with all the guts stuff and the triple multiplier interrupts and stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Emil played this wacky.
All right. So
QC,
here we go.
oh,
Here we go on the
three
ground.
levels.
Let's.
I'll have to try I'll have to look at the stream.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the first game of today.
Hey, I got nothing to do on my 4-hour train ride home on Tuesday. Well,
This looks bad.
This looks bad for Bastion.
Especially the Mirax play makes it so we can't do the double evasion play that we were thinking he might be able
Well,
to.
it's possible he had no evasion.
Right.
Oh yeah, the movement costs +1 force. There, why you can't use the dodge. That's true.
okay.
Yeah. Of the
Good
objective.
catch. Good catch.
I wonder if Bastion's just figuring that out now.
That's why he's just maybe taking a.
It would get canceled anyway. Let's see. He's got a barrier. Looks like. All right, he's using a force. He's gonna dig the lost pile, and if he's going for dodge, he's gonna get blown out here.
Can you use Kirkanos to cancel?
I wonder if Tom is gonna cancel it anyway, but
Yeah, he can't do that.
yeah, Tom is gonna cancel. Wait,
So he played Trooper Assault from
we
hand.
played Trooper Assault from hand, yeah.
4 and 5.
Yeah, and he just drew the Destiny and the Surprise Assault for
the
Destiny.
3.
Yeah.
This is like huge.
This is going to be a lot of overflow.
So what were we saying? 16 plus 9,
Could be that dodge is free.
27,
So we'll see if Bastian has the Hoojiks
Yeah, but
real quickly.
24. So yeah, I think this is Luke and 24, if I'm not wrong.
Wow.
Yeah, but the dodge got cancelled anyway, so
Why would he play it? Yeah. Just maybe two.
Well, dodge is free movement. So do you still have to pay the +1?
No.
no, then it's if
Yeah,
it's free.
if it's
free.
yeah, free
Free
is
is
free.
free.
I wasn't sure if it was like to initiate a
Free
movement,
+1.
pay +1.
Well, when you live in California, that makes sense.
So that's a huge beatdown. What is it? Turn 3 or what?
It's Tom's turn 4.
Turn 4. Yeah.
There it goes.
Oh, here we go.
3.
Oh, now he can't play Hoojiks from Lost Pile if he talked to us.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Those are all from hands, but yeah, this is
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
There, is it there?
9.
Oh.
Count with us, guys.
9.
Chat, I want to hear you counting. 10. 10 and Luke,
And
was
Luke.
that it? Okay.
11.
11.
I think that's game.
Are we done? Is it over?
And no Hoojiks, so it didn't
Yeah.
matter anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 11.
Okay.
11. I was off by 12.
Retrieve a trooper. Yeah.
Then upkeep the garrison, and that's it.
Pretty good job.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Just a little bit. Set up occupation, did 10 overflow. You know, pretty good turn.
So what does Bastian have left?
Not much. He lost, what, 2 sites there? Clear
Yeah.
JCC?
72 viewers
Sheila.
watching that beatdown, so
Whoa.
more than the day 2
viewers.
attendance.
Whoa.
I think we unlock a Twitch achievement when we get
Yeah.
100 viewers at the same time. So tell your friends, get some more people on here. Let's go.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like we're an affiliate now. If we get 100 viewers and average like a certain number, we can actually become like a partner or something,
Wow.
and then we get more money.
It like never occurred to me that you were being serious, but that's cool.
Yeah. Am I ever joking about anything?
Yes. You're a Broncos fan.
All right. It's over. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to whittle them down since it's match play. So, even though the game is effectively over with that 10 beatdown and stuff.
I mean, how many Lukes
Yeah,
does
but
Bastian
still,
have
like,
left?
Tom has probably around 24 life forces.
Min Kiana, whatever, canceled the or Kirkanos
Kirkanos.
canceled the dodge.
So how many Lukes does Bastian have left? We see him lose 2.
He's lose 2, yeah, probably another 2.
Good night, Crypto.
Yeah. Crypto's Team Kelly, by the way.
He
Team
is.
five,
They are.
right?
Team five.
Team
Yeah, they're
five
play
playtesters.
testing partners.
I think if Team 5 wins this year from Tom
He's
Kelly,
like
be 2
a
Team 5
European
winners in a row with
traitor.
Phil and then Kelly.
Mhm.
Who are Team 5?
Team
is-
5, like
Good night, Crypto.
Tom and Phil and Hayes and
Crypto.
and Cal and like it's
Well, it's a cartel.
it's,
Yeah.
it's
It's been you guys
Are
in the
you,
past,
you
right?
on that one too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lucci's
You're on
there.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's you know.
He's like a double
Maybe we should
agent
just,
or so.
Why aren't there?
One big super team.
Super
Team.
team.
No,
K-Todd.
I'm Team 5 all the way.
Did it start with 5 people? Why 5?
There was the original playtesting forums. They were separated into groups. So like Team 1 was a certain area, Team 2 was a certain area of the country, Team 3 was a certain area, and Team 5 was the online.
Oh, I was on that team.
So you were an online. On Team
Yeah, I
5.
was on Team
I
5.
think you've probably been kicked off by now.
I was a founding member of Team 5. I lasted about a year on that playtesting team.
Okay, so it looks like Bastian's he's not doing anything right now except he might still try and take Tom out of space, but
Yeah, that won't happen.
yeah.
Like,
Best he can do is see if he can catch him without Gick and see if he can get some overflow on the ground, maybe.
Okay, so he's
Yeah.
got Luke in hand.
the surprise assault might play.
Han in deck.
There's some
The
ones.
Sabers in deck, and I'll take your leader, the leader in deck.
Captain Han.
Yeah, which Captain Han. Okay, so he's got the Falcon in his hand.
But the destinies are pretty mixed.
I
So
think-
if he doesn't draw a 6, he will draw a 1 here. So it's hit or miss.
Yeah, I mean, even still attacking space,
Yeah.
you're reducing the power, but they have like 5 Imperials on
Yeah.
there that all forfeit for 5 or more, and
Yeah, and then he will retrieve another trooper. So
I know.
so the Falcon and Han do go up to.
you have to have like this. You have to draw the 6, get the spin from Lost Fire.
So that would be the only play that I think he could make is
Maybe
get
it's
the
like,
spin, get around Justice. So you do
Yeah.
get your 2 destinies.
Yeah, have like a few maneuvers or so.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be like an 14 as
And try to
total
clear
destiny.
a lot of stuff
Yeah.
off that.
Mhm.
I mean, at this
Yeah.
point though, all Tom has to do is just keep the Devastator there, and it's
Because occupation and the 4 strings.
yeah.
Because right now it would be, I think, 5 damage and 4 strains and
Yeah.
5 damage in occupation.
No, it's yeah, it's 5. Yeah, you're right. I mean, the nice thing for Bastian is though is Tom is putting a lot of characters and a lot of things on the table. So I mean, that's getting his life force down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
the
there's
car-
Justice.
So are they battling at the docking bay or at the?
I think they're at the system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems more profitable given.
What Bastion did to put Captain on. He's got all of his
Mhm.
smugglers up there.
Yep.
So yeah, pull the card off Justice. We'll see if we get the spin play here.
But I think the problem with this play is really you are putting now some troopers in the Lost Pile which can
Be
which can
retrieved.
Well, the actual problem with this play is it's just not good enough.
It's too
So
late.
so
It's
he's
too late,
spinning
yeah.
from- yeah.
So there's a spin for 6, so no few maneuvers. So he has to draw a 6 to actually do some damage, and then Barrack will reduce some
Yep.
of it.
Yeah, Barrack. He does have the Barrack and the other biker scout guy up there, so he'll reduce the attrition and power with the Destiny.
Probably by 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And I can see like Tom doing his damage, and then possibly moving like Piet up there.
All right, big moment for Bastion. Draws a
And
1.
there's draws a 1, yeah.
That's tough.
And looks like
He cannot use Captain Han to cancel and redraw, both
Because-
because of Justice and because he's out of force.
and looks like Tom is reducing it by 4 from an occupation.
So that's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Does Wedge add to the total or so? Because he is on the...
Yeah, Wedge does, I think, add 1 to the total Destiny.
So it'll
So
make
it'd be
it
a 6,
3.
8. Yeah.
No, it's a.
Yeah, 8, yeah. minus
Oh, he
4.
spun for 6.
Yeah.
Plus
Spun for
1,
6.
7, minus 4, 3, plus 1, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
I don't know if Bastion took the action of saying he was reducing the power, but did he point at the Outrider at all? Because
I
normally he
didn't.
wouldn't.
I didn't see it, but
Yeah.
He may have just verbalized it.
yeah.
Okay.
It's presumed.
Jager says 12 versus 17 for Bastion. So looks like
Okay,
he did.
so Tom has to lose 1 guy.
And it will be a trooper.
What was Tom's battle destiny?
I think it was a Luke's leg.
No.
The
It's
other,
okay.
yeah.
Tom.
Dark Side Destiny. Yeah, I didn't catch what it was.
It was a character. I know that much.
So it was probably like a 2 or
2 or
3.
3.
Yeah. But I don't know if he did the Barrack draw. I don't think I
He
saw
did.
it.
It was
he
the
did.
4.
It was the 4 for that. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we saw that.
Jay, if there are any cards that you're unsure about, just shout them out in the chat, and we'll try to give you a good idea of what's going on.
Okay. Yeah. Jeremy said it was a 2 for Destiny.
Okay.
So I mean,
It was
yeah.
So I think
Oh.
the best play would
Trooper
have been to
Davenport,
just
yeah.
do nothing and drop next turn. So now Tom is getting one more card back in his life force. And he can play the used interrupts that he has anyway, and then
Yeah.
but Bastian wasn't able to activate everything. That's the problem.
Yeah, he didn't get his activation out.
Yeah.
And Tom got a really
Okay,
great
so
second.
he-
round.
He's landing the Pulsar Skate now to back up Yatzorin and Mirix at the docking bay.
Which I'm not a big fan of that move, just because it's taking some power out of space.
I think if he doesn't do it, he loses the game. Because they're just going to get beat down otherwise. Stormtrooper Garrison's sitting right there.
Yeah.
With a leader in Piet.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean,
9, 10, 11,
If you're Tom, do you take a card off of
12.
Justice?
If you think that you're about to win the game because your opponent didn't have a Hujik last turn, hasn't drawn any cards, and didn't put it in his lost pile, sure. And actually, maybe not, only because you're drawing two
Yeah.
Battle Destiny yourself.
And that's yeah.
I mean, he's gonna ping for 10 damage. Like
Right,
the
yeah, I mean-
trains and the ping is 10, and so I think
Right,
just
because he has
rides that
occupation
out.
going now for the first time. That might even be enough to finish it.
Like
I mean, he's winning the game. It's a question of differential at this point, and he needs to try to maximize everything he can here.
I mean, yeah, light side's doing literally no damage. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he could just.
Yeah, he has like
Looks like he has like 7
6
cards
or
in his.
7 force left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Tom.
He also has a chance to, with Bastion having no force save, Tom can loop any interrupts that he has.
Yeah.
Did Bastian?
And at this point, Tom doesn't have to do anything. He can literally just do damage next turn.
Did Bastian?
That's what I'm
play?
thinking.
Mhm.
So why battle
Gravity,
here?
Because you could just
Trooper
retrieve a
assault
trooper.
when it goes-
The more
when it
turns
goes
it
through?
goes, like so.
No, I don't believe he did.
They'll probably
Bastion
just
hasn't
end soon, 'cause Bastion
grabbed
will
anything
just
this
draw
game.
for-
Yeah.
At least if he did, he didn't stack it on the grabber.
8 in hand for Justin, or for Bastion, sorry.
Eight in reserve deck, 1 in hand for Bastion, is what it looks like.
So yeah, Tom's probably just trying to figure out what he can do to. So he's gonna battle. And
Trooper
assault.
Assault. I like this. It cycles the Trooper Assault. He's not losing anything.
So, as it stands, both players will get 2 destinies. We'll see if Tom takes a card off Justice. The cards remaining are the Sight and the Mara Jade.
So he's got
So the
power
good,
13.
the good.
He's just gonna
I-
draw Destiny.
Yeah, I would not take the card because he knows that Bastion's destinies are poor.
I would also not draw Battle
Yeah,
Destinies.
yeah, because now he is really overpowering maybe by a lot. So it was also bad to play the guy. I think just battling, not drawing Battle Destiny,
Play
playing the
Trooper Assault.
interrupts.
Yeah, and then retrieve
So
Trooper.
yeah, retrieve the trooper, play the used interrupts because Bastion is doing no damage at all.
And now he's gonna lose at least 1 character from that Sight, depending on what Bastion draws for Battle Destiny.
Yeah.
Like 26 power.
That's what sounds about right. Because he had the Assault, 2 Troopers.
Tom also cost himself a Trooper retrieval in his quarterfinal game, in the first game of that match.
Yeah.
But Bastion has enough forfeit, so he won't have so much battle damage there that he can lose from, or he must lose from his life force.
He can do it though.
Yeah,
if he
if
wants,
he wants to.
No, he draw Battle Destiny, so you have to forfeit something.
Tom has
But you can do
27.
any order. If he loses, if he's down in power, he can lose from
So
life.
now the next question is, can
Yeah,
Bastion
yeah, but
win
it
by
depends on how
28?
much.
Right.
So,
With,
Plus.
with agents?
With
over
agents,
all day,
it's
all night?
unlikely.
Yeah.
so I think that's what Bastion is now thinking, because he's thinking about do I draw Battle Destiny or not. Yeah, and he's not, and that's
No, that's it.
There you okay, so
Okay.
and it was what,
27
No
We'll get-
way.
in game 1.
we want to make
27?
sure for that
That's what
was
Jeremy
that's what
said.
Jerry said. Okay.
Jeremy says 27.
Okay.
And that's what I was saying about, yeah, Tom puts a ton of cards on the table, but only up to a certain point.
Really? 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
No, it's
20. Maybe he meant total between hand and
Because yeah,
life force.
Okay.
So 20.
Oh,
I
Jedi
think
Jar meant
27
27 power in the battle.
I
Okay.
think it was like 19 or 20 diff.
Yeah.
It was-
Let's get an actual number.
Yeah,
from,
Jedi Jar, what's the diff? I think it.
Why don't
it
we
was
just
20?
open the door and ask them?
19 force. 19 force.
19?
There you go. No doors needed to be opened.
And it could have been 20.
Collapsed corridor
so-
over there or something.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Tom plus 19 in game 1.
Tom plus
That's-
19. So
Again,
Bastion's
now it
got to
comes
win
down-
by
now
10.
it
yeah,
won't-
now
it-
it comes
it-
down-
AOBS
comes
versus
down-
old allies.
It
That's
becomes.
19.
19.
And it should
There was a
have
little
been-
confusion there. We thought the 27 that you put up was the diff.
Yeah. When you type numbers, please try to tell us what the number corresponds to.
Was that?
I said when you just type a number in the chat, try to tell us what the number
Yeah,
corresponds
yeah,
to.
I'm trying to.
Sorry about that.
But he's also trying to stay up
trying
on
to-
what we're
right,
talking
no, I
about
know, I know.
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I imagine they'll probably have a 10-minute break or something, or are
Probably,
they?
yeah.
All right.
You got it? You want to sub in? Sure, I'll give up my chair.
I wanna find more opportunities to go to this camera.
Bash's last name.
Winkle, Haus. Winkelhaus.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Also, I'm guessing.
God, that's gonna be rough.
By winning by next.
Yeah, Jedi Jar's the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it can be done.
Are you guys posting the update?
Yeah.
Of the first game?
I'll tweet it. Can someone do like the other social media? I'll
Scott's
tweet
on the
it.
forums.
Okay. Can somebody post it to like social media real quick?
Yeah, I'm doing Twitter.
Doing the
We
Twitter.
need pictures.
I'm in the Twitch department.
There's no volunteers. There's just queso.
That's right. I can someone have a shirt. It's cold in this room. It is very cold in this room. I had to get a long sleeve.
What are you guys playing today?
Rams. Fake, right?
Yeah. It's tied at halftime.
So we're overperforming.
I was gonna say, what the hell is going on with Wilson this year?
Yeah.
The offensive coordinator is going on with Wilson.
Yeah.
Thought it'd be a good idea to bring in Brian Schottenheimer to liven up the offense. They have this thing of like, we need to reestablish the run. And like, so their offense is usually right now run for 3 yards, pass at the line of scrimmage, third and long, fail.
Yeah. Went early on Wilson. I've got Wilson in 3 leagues. So, thank God I have Antonio Brown today.
Wilson's talent hasn't gone anywhere. He's also playing with a hamstring injury lately, which is why he's not keeping on the zone read, so it's not as effective for helping the right. But the offense, like, it's just so bad. Like the play designs a lot of times don't make sense. You'll have like 2 guys like right in the same area of the field when he needs to complete a pass down the field, or they'll be like 3rd and 1, let's run 4 intermediate to deep routes, and like. Your pass protection was having issues. Oh, well, that's a good time for us to put him in an empty backfield and send everybody 15 yards down the field. Like, it's absurd.
Oh, I should have went with freaking Thielen in all my leagues.
Oh, we picked him trying to Hail Mary at the end of the half.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What? What do you say?
That was not a fun game to watch for me.
Tom forgot to flip the Falcon in
Oh, you're-
one of the first
you're-
games I played yesterday
I'm
on
not
the team
judging now.
event, and then he lost.
A lot of people
he
going more
lost
awake. Jeremy
the game
and Keith are both in there.
for that.
I said Hayes and Tom because. And I still missed the bounty thing.
Change that to game 2.
That's what you get for staying
I was
up
like,
till 4 a.m.
I know. I felt like there was something wrong. I was like, well, something's off, but I can't play since Luigi can interview.
Yeah.
Like, he just targets bounty for an Ellis, and then Ellis tried force strain. Oh, that sounds bad. That would be it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
The pacing was also kind of slow.
We spotted it in chat.
I know, you guys saved it. Yeah, that was great. Like, just the pacing was slow enough, and I'm just sleep deprived enough that I just just missed it.
so I take it you're not staying up till 4 a.m. playing Avalon
That
tonight.
happens. That
I don't
happened
know.
also to me in the Euros final last Euros.
When do you guys fly out?
We fly out our flight leaves at 6 a.m. So we're probably leaving the airport or leaving here at like 3:45.
Use the 61.5
Oh,
afterwards.
that's right.
So you guys are not
I
sleeping.
think
No,
part
we're
of
not
it
going to sleep at all. We'll
taking
sleep
so
on
long
the
to make
plane.
decisions.
There's a bunch of us
lose
that travel on the
track
same
where
flight.
you're
Like
at.
Welcome into the booth.
Me, Phil, Worf, Harpster,
Hello, guys.
Hi, everyone.
Seahawks.
Really?
Yeah.
Go Hawks.
Somebody against Wilson?
Wilson to this is to David Moore.
You tell me this.
Yeah, Paul, that's not a bad comparison. Tom Kelly looking like Finn Jones.
Who's Finn Jones?
He's Iron Fist. In Iron Fist, he's Loras Tyrell in Game of Thrones.
Ah, this guy with the curly
Never heard of
hair.
Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Marvel Netflix show.
Wait.
I thought it was really bad, actually. That, I didn't like
No,
it.
Paul McPherson thinks that Tom Kelly looks like him.
Angelo says Iron Fist, no good. So
No, it's actually good. This season's not
Yeah, the second
Whoa,
season was
whoa.
better. The first season was not great.
Why would
The
you
second
start a
season was
second
better.
season if the first season was bad, or is it the other way around?
No, the first one was bad.
First one was bad. Second one was good.
Why would you be starting a second season when you've already been like that show's
Play
bad?
your review.
Because I watch every comic book show on television.
All right.
I just do.
Okay. Fair enough.
So, Casey Anus, why are you still running a 10-year-old laptop?
Oh, that's a great question.
Money and it works.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Did it explode at some time, or what happened?
It needs a serious dusting. Looks like.
It does. Yeah.
How you feeling after that last match?
There's Tom.
We'll see.
You've done good things. Keep doing good things.
Say nothing about the game.
Appreciate
Might be
it.
updating you. Doing fantastic.
Just be back in a second.
Is this the built-in one there? Not that. Yeah.
I think it's this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that.
So bad they would say it's all good, but I'll let it lie.
He's not into that. He's not into any of that stuff. He just
He's got it. He's got it. But yes.
Flip the phone.
He's fine. Or fly up. One of the two. One of the two. Don't do neither.
Where'd Angelo go? You ran off.
He ran inside really quick.
Yeah, Eric and Cohen are still here, as far as I know.
Yeah. I just saw Cohen over playing. He was just learning how to play King of Tokyo. If you guys have played that game, it's a fun game.
There's a lot of fun games going around this weekend.
They went to like a pokey place. Where is that?
We got like a.
Oh, okay. So if you guys go walk down this road, there's that little park. It's like right off.
put in the name
like
and
right to the. Go past the park. Go to that church right there. Make the right. The pokey place is like right
Like
over there.
inspiration. Just
Amazing.
take Poke in Google Maps.
The sushi place right up the hill is decent, and it's 50% off with cash, so you can get
Whoa.
everything like absurdly cheap.
Do they have?
What's that?
How much are the like
the
nigiri?
sago.
How much are pieces of nigiri?
Like, I think like $3, so like $150 if you pay cash.
Wow. All right.
50% off with cash.
That's an insane bonus. Like 10% would make
I've
sense.
eaten there twice on this trip already. It's just a very good deal.
I keep suggesting sushi. No one wants to go with me.
I love sushi.
I would now.
I would try just.
I suggested it literally this morning, and you said you were Asianed out.
I was, and then I had a reset meal of like sandwich, and now I want sushi again.
And now you're going without me because I just.
Sounds like Europe is not going to stay up for the end of this one. I don't know if that has something to do with Bastian being down by 19 European front runners.
Frozen's high on crack. Why are you picking all that up? Because he wants me to put it in his car. Here, walk over. Not a problem. Yeah, come on, walk over.
All right, we are back live for Game 2 of the final confrontation between Bastian Winkelhaus and Tom Kelly. Casey Ann is here with Joe Olson and Angelo Consoli, and it's down to the three of us in the booth. This is going to be Tom Kelly playing Old Allies against Bastian playing Agents of Black Sun. Bastian needs to win this by at least 19 to have a chance. Possibly more than that, possibly by 20, because he had a fairly big lost pile in Game 1, and you would have to think that this is going to be the game with smaller lost piles.
Yeah, so Joe Olson here. We full disclosure, I'm on a team with Tom Kelly, and I'm rooting for him, so I will struggle to be biased with this. But we got Angelo over here to balance me out, will be rooting hard for his buddy Bastian. And then we got Casey in Switzerland here in the middle.
Actually, I'm rooting for Tom.
Oh my God.
U.S.
Oh
bias,
my God.
man. East Coast bias.
Tom Kelly was one of the very first players I met playing this game. He went to college at Boston College when I was in high school, a couple blocks away in Newton, Massachusetts, and one of the very first tournaments I ever went to, I met Tom Kelly. I gave him a ride to the event. He left his cell phone in my car. I had to call his mom to figure out how to get it back to him, and we've been friends ever since. So I'm pulling for Tom here.
That's awesome. All right, well, so getting into this game, it looks like we've got Old Allies versus Black Sun. And Black Sun, if you've watched any of the stream from yesterday, I think there was 6 of the 8 games, one on the side of the other. Obviously, the dark side was Black Sun. Here, prepared defenses for Decree V, Shadows, and Wipe.
Just something from me. I'm happy to be here and break the U.S. bias that is going on here.
You get Worlds next year.
Yeah,
you can wait 1 year.
I can't wait to go to Euro Worlds. Everyone should come to that in 2019.
Absolutely. I plan on being there if I can.
I'll be there for sure.
Tom's starting Walkling, Brave Resistance, and do you know what his third effect is?
Strike Planning.
Strike Planning, okay.
So this, it's generally a fairly even match. I think Old Allies has a slight edge over Black Sun. I know that Tom Kelly lost against Black Sun with this. Who's Tom's round 1 today? Justin. He lost by 13 to Justin's Black Sun, but then he beat Hayes' Black Sun. So that should give him some confidence. So it's fairly even, but I think Old Allies has a slight edge.
The Hayes match, I think Tom was going to win that, but Hayes was playing from behind in that once it became clear that Hayes wasn't going to win by more than 6, he scooped the match.
So winning by 20 is really hard, and I saw that Bastian has a really bad hand. He has like 6 red cards. You use 3 PO and 1 character.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, that he can't. I think to win, he can't play a standard game of grinding out damage versus Old Allies where he's trying to ping and drain, and I think he's going to have to be aggressive and hope to get in a beatdown versus Tom.
So we see him doing the standard Black Sun play of pulling the Fanfare Defensive Shield, which lets him upload an immediate effect, and he's going to go get Shizur's Bounty, which is essentially an Imperial barrier that does cool things when the barriered character leaves the table.
Yeah, and so then he's going to go activate. So I think Bastian will need to get in a beatdown, and I think Tom is probably aware of that. I don't believe Tom plays Hujix. He does not play Hujix in his deck, and so he's going to want to be playing carefully and seeing avoiding that big overflow that might lead to a win of 20 plus for Bastian.
Mm-hmm. And Bastian understands that that's going to be how he wins the game too. So he's going to be taking that line more aggressively than normal.
And Tom knows that, and Bastian knows that he knows, and so it'll be interesting. This may be a different game than you'd normally see of Black Sun versus Old Allies because of that factor of Black Sun must win by 19 and go to Lost Pals, or ideally 20 or more, which may warp some things a little bit. Looks like Tom pulled the grabber and don't do that again shield, and Bastian's pulling a sight with shadows.
He's going to get the that's the uplink station, right?
Yep, that came from hand, and it looks like he's pulling a different one from reserve.
Hey Bloody Bow, Eric and Kona are still here, and they are playing some board games in the hall. Yeah.
And that's the...
So generally in this match, Ray down on the ground flips Black Sun back, and so Tom's going to want to keep Ray protected in a vehicle, and Bastian may or may not have, I don't know if you know, Angelo, different tech for Old Allies. There are things like Suns Down combo that makes all their vehicles power and forfeit 0.
Ace had it. I don't know if Bastian added it, so I'm
not sure if he has it.
Not sure if he changed
Shizor is going to move over to the Imperial Palace and a turn 1 flip for Bastian.
Okay.
He's counting on that Shizor's bounty to protect him.
And he needs the Emperor.
And then he put down a card from hand, which I'm betting is the Evader Monarch, to peek at his force pile, using his backside of his objective. And so I think Tom's generally going to want to keep Ray on the ground. There's those counter cards like Suns Down combo. There's things like skiffs and high-speed tactics, and there's Hunt Down sometimes runs Crash Landing with their Blizzard 4s. Obviously that won't be here in Black Sun, but people sort of have different answers, and so we'll see if Bastian has some of those. There's also things like trying to shoot it down with Dengar and P59, which is tough. Especially when they're flipped, they can subtract 2 with their objective, so you need something like Sando Aqua Monster, so they can't subtract 2. There's tricks like that.
Yeah.
We're not sure if Bastian has those.
Yeah. In one of the early versions, I know that Bastian played the Hoth Interrupt that adds 1 or 3 to a weapon destiny.
Like a flawless marksmanship type.
Yeah,
something for combat vehicles.
Yeah, it's but just for it's when you shoot with a weapon.
Targeting combat
vehicles. Yeah.
Okay.
At 1 used, at 3 lost.
Okay. So he had that in an early version,
yeah,
but we're not sure if that's here.
It.
Yeah. So it looked like Tom pulled with strike planning and is now activated and is now pulling a sight with his objective.
Direct hit. That's the name.
Direct hit. Okay, thanks. Yeah. Marines nailed it.
So did we saw an Emperor in the cards that Bastian drew?
I don't know. He
I wasn't able to
and
see.
drew, so I don't know. We'll see next turn, I'm sure. So Tom pulls a sight with a lot of glare on it, but probably Ray's Hut. That's the one he would be going for if it.
We'll
it
see.
is there,
Yeah, it's Ray's Hut. We'll see better when he moves it into the location
Middle
area.
of
It's
the
just
table.
the space right in front of Tom is hard to see.
Yeah. So he, I'm sure, pulled General Calrissian with the strike planning, unless that was in hand, and possibly Leia. And he's checking what else in his reserve, because he'll probably use Brave Resistance to send a character used, and grab another character. And he does. He sends. I'm guessing
General Leia.
General Leia. Okay.
And he gets
and grabs Finn.
Finn,
who's great to react for free. And he plays Lando for 2 onto the Falcon, deploy -2 on Falcon, and then he'll probably pull Rey to her hut and use pile pull. And one possible play for Bastian here is to barrier it so he could attack the Falcon, or so he could attack her with a spy or something. But
no barrier.
Yeah, he does not play barrier, and then, or I don't know if he has it in deck, but he doesn't play one here. And as Angelo mentioned, his hand didn't seem like it was the type that you can be super aggressive early with all that red.
Hey Toby, you can thank Christian for that. He came up with the deck that Emil played.
What decks was Emil playing today?
He played QMC Beatdowns with
Oh,
ability
Guts, I
3
hear.
Rebels. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And then for Dark?
TTO.
TTO?
TTO, yeah.
It's still not dead.
Joe said forlornly.
Yeah.
He won with the TTO deck by 4, and then lost by 15 with the QMC.
Guts, yeah. All right, so he
He
plays.
played some backup there. Who was it?
No, that's true.
Yeah, he plays.
Oh, he played
Villager.
Tunnel Villager outside,
Yep.
and
Oh, he adds one to the drain, right?
he flipped his Falcon, so it is now a vehicle. Yeah, so he played Tunnel Villager, which adds one to the drain, and can go use to stop a shot. So if Bastian does throw down a Desperation Dengar or whatever, and gets a lucky 6, he can send it used to cancel.
He's playing it very safe.
He's playing safe there.
Would Sando Aqua Monster also prevent from being cancelled?
Yeah, if it's substituted. Yeah, Sando would prevent that.
Why wouldn't Bastian target the villager first, though?
Right, so Bastian would have to target the villager, hit it, but then he could send it used on the second shot.
Yeah.
Once it was hit.
Even when it's hit, it can still go used.
Yeah, you need
So then the second 6 would. So he'd need some way to make it immediately lost, which Black Sun doesn't generally play. They don't.
Sorry about the mess, maybe.
Yeah, they could play Sniper Dark Strike, but I haven't seen it in a list. I don't think it would be that
You
good.
cannot play Everson.
So that villager will help protect it this turn. It will also add one to the drain if he decides to pay to drain it. It looks like Tom did play Battle Plan, so Shizar can't drain free. Why Doigata thinks that TTO is fine in match play, even if it's strong. It's usually risky to run since it has a lot of matchups. It'll only win by around 10. Yeah, I could see that, but my opinion on it is Dark is so strong right now. Black Sun's great. Huntdown's pretty good. Map is still strong. There's so many good, strong Darks. I don't understand why you'd go, I'll play TTO because it only wins by 10. I want to win by 20 with my Dark, so
Brian Fred, we need him.
I don't understand.
I mean the representative of the Brian Fred delegation here.
Please read.
Read, counterpoint.
Darkseid has nothing.
Oh.
Let me channel my inner B friend. Darkseid is horrible right now. Everybody played Agents because there's no other good Dark deck.
No, it was just Agents was so far above the curve. If Agents had been banned, I still had multiple other options.
Well, let me put it this way. Tom Kelly's not playing Agents.
Yeah.
And he's in the finals.
Yeah.
And he won
Good
big
point,
with
Dan.
the deck he is playing, but not everybody can play IE Troopers.
No, it is a very
It's a balance because you don't want to get beat down. You're looking for a beat down yourself. You're trying to spread. You can make decisions that lose you the game. So it's not. I wouldn't say it's a hard deck to play, but it can have tricky moments. So a bunch more sites are coming out to Coruscant, and
All the Coruscant sites are out now. We see the Emperor's site, and that's the final one.
he pulls the final Shizor site and shadows the final 2-0. And out comes Goldenrod to make the Emperor cost 2 if he goes there. Tom must have extra shield pullers because
I
that
was
seems
gonna say that.
sort of an odd pull.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that turn 1 if they do it to choke them on turn 1 so they can't draw, but at this point the 2 force isn't as big a deal.
And that's a bad hand. There is no Emperor.
Yeah, there's no Emperor anyway.
Yeah.
I think there is U3PO,
So-
Jango Fett, and maybe Afra, I think, for
So
characters.
probably U3PO go down and draw. Maybe not. Maybe he assumes Tom won't pay to drain, which is probably correct. Tom will probably flip and spin the force on that.
No Emperor feels bad, man.
No Emperor is rough.
Yeah, that's really... So it wasn't in his starting hand, and it wasn't in the force pile.
And Goldenrod's kind of a waste now because when Bastian does get Emperor, he's probably going to pay 5 and put him over at the sewer. He's not going to... I mean, he might do 2 and move him over if he has other use for the Force, but then he'd have to pay to move Shizor over and everything, and it's like, it doesn't really net you any Force. He'll probably just immediately go to...
Once you pay 2 to deploy him to the
and
city
1 to move.
and 1 to move, you're already paying 3.
Yeah, so then you
Might
can
as well
also
pay the 5.
Yeah.
A lot of times to immediately get him at that battleground. Draw during your deploy phase so that to get your 3rd battleground, ping, and be able to use that card immediately.
Absolutely.
Angelo, you know how many Emperors are in the list?
I think he plays 5.
5.
Oh,
Oh, Boba was the other character.
we
Okay.
said the line of play was being aggressive.
And
Boba
runs
Fett's
into
going to
a
get
barrier.
barriered, and that
I don't know, maybe.
No, it's a barrier. It's a barrier.
Oh, he's
Okay.
And a barrier
and yes, they're
canceller.
still coming through to cancel the barrier. So
Looks like last game.
If it was a perimeter scan, that might have gone differently.
yeah,
Barrier.
Bastion's
But it was a regular barrier.
Bastion's got to be aggressive and try and get a big
So Django is
blowout
the
early,
other
and
character in
and
hand.
that's what he's doing.
Tom now with an empty force pump.
So Django and Boba against this Falcon is going to be 3 destinies still. It's not
He's
the
got rebel
yeah.
leadership.
not the magical 4
Does he have
destinies.
Calrissian on the Falcon?
Yeah, but
He does have Calrissian on the
Calrissian,
Falcon.
Yeah, but
and if he
Bastian
had the
has to be-
leadership,
the problem is still that he has so many red cards in his hand that they won't be in his reserve deck. So the destinies might
be low.
No, but
But
all
we
the
know he's
Emperors-
got 5
yeah,
Emperors in his reserve deck.
the villager forfeit is 3. Yeah. So and Cal's a 5, so he needs to break 10 to kill Rey as
Yeah,
well,
so it really depends if he has leadership or not.
or if he can break a
Yeah.
10
He
with
might
his
have
3
a
destinies.
sense and try the sense desperation with Shizor.
So for
But he's
that,
got
it's
those
Rey
5
and
Emperors in
General
his
Calrissian.
reserve
Rey
deck,
and General
so
Calrissian and
he
a
draws
tunnel
one of
with
those
the
for
villager
his sense.
outside.
I mean, I could see Tom pulling his sense shield.
All right, so
right
here's the
now.
battle. Tom reacts with Finn for free. So is there a sense for Shizor? Yeah, he pulled that with Brave Resistance, and
Needs a barrier for that? Does he?
or he'll Shizor's bounty that.
Or Shizor's bounty, yeah.
It doesn't look like he's doing it,
He's thinking.
or he's thinking. I think you have to do it and
Yeah.
hope to break 11
Yeah.
because just because of how far down he is in the match. If
What are you doing if you're not doing it?
It-
What are you saving that card for?
Right.
Hey, Kevin is in the chat. Hi, Kevin. Congratulations again for your award.
Yeah, Kevin Japp, Volunteer of the Year for the PC. Awesome guy.
Kevin, thank you for the virtual cards. They look fantastic.
He does a fantastic job with the foils in the community, and we all really appreciate it.
Yeah, you need to play the
Bastion's still in
bounty.
the tank.
Yeah, I think he has to bounty him here and hope to break 11. And like we mentioned earlier, this game looks completely differently. Bastian does not make this play if the first game Tom had won by 3.
Yeah, he's
There it
playing-
goes.
This
All right,
is-
he's going to bounty.
Yeah, so he pays 1.
Oh, it's barrier.
Oh,
Yep.
So Tom plays control tunnel vision.
Oh, maybe he didn't want to, but he
And-
could have done it and then barriered if
Yeah.
that didn't go. Oh, yeah. Maybe he didn't have the extra force.
Does Tom have a leadership now? That's the big question.
Yes, that comes down to this. And then
I don't think so.
Doesn't look like it. Here we
Whoa.
go. 5,
3,
3. That's 8.
So he needs higher than a 2.
and there is
5.
5, so that's 13.
13.
So Rey's gonna die here. All the characters but Finn are gonna die.
Whoa, damn
Clear.
it. What is it?
It's a
Doesn't matter. It's a number, and Johto has no immunity, so someone's dying on dark side.
Django. Well, presumably Boba's going to die because I don't think he has 2 to upkeep. him.
And all of Light's forfeit. Dark will outpower,
It's
but
a-
all
it's
of
a-
Light's
it's
forfeit
a-
will cover the difference.
What's the rebel commander's name? The virtual
UO
rebel commander.
Centura,
Yeah.
Admiral UO
What
Centura,
is it?
whatever.
Destiny 2? 3?
I don't know.
3.
Oh, is that what he
3. Yeah.
So
Is that your
So what do? You
Actually,
forfeit.
now, at
You
this point-
forfeit Boba and then
You forfeit
move,
Boba.
and move over or not?
Yeah.
So can you move out? Is this the 2/2?
You don't want
this
to.
is 2-0.
2-0? No, this one.
Yeah, you
yeah.
have to pay an
That's
extra
a
force to
2/2.
move in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
I think
thing.
you move to
doesn't have
the 2-0 because
So
then a
he
vehicle can't come
loses-
beat you down.
Yep.
Cal and
Yeah.
Ray. Yeah.
Cal and
So
Ray, and the
villager's
villager
still
stays, and as is Finn. Where is Finn? There he is. Okay.
Finn's there. Okay.
And I think you move into the 2-0 because then Dash and Rogue 10 vehicles can't come beat you down. Blue
Agreed,
11, that sort
agreed.
of stuff.
So, or you. Well, what's in the hand? You have still the bounty.
The bounty too. That'll
So-
help protect him.
Because
totally.
he's not drawing Battle Destiny right now. Because
Right.
Finn is just a passenger, so and he has only ability 1.
Yeah, but Django's not getting one either.
Yeah, so that's yeah.
But he can, if he has any characters in his hands, all he has to do is Brave Resistance to get Ray
Yeah.
back.
That's
yeah.
true.
Or Leia, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they are in reserve.
But he's not going to flip.
Well, Toby, he had a barrier and a reacting Finn.
Yeah, and there was
Now
the,
Bastion getting
And
all of
Bastion had
his
a barrier canceller and a barrier of his own.
barrier CCG.
Hey Tobias, good seeing you here in the chat.
OP ban barrier.
Shield it, at least.
Yeah.
We can make a shield for neighbor and barrier.
Yeah. Just shield all the premier interrupts. If your opponent plays a premier
Any
interrupt,
resources?
slap them in the face.
so Django stays.
How many
Django's
counters does that
staying.
card have?
So he's drew one. He just stayed there with Django.
Maybe he has a Ujix.
Still has
maybe
bounty
not.
in hand.
He
right?
still has
Yeah,
bounty
he
in
has
hand.
still a bounty in hand.
And he might have a second barrier or something. He's going to get to activate one with
He has
wipe, and he
Decree out, so
saved
can
one.
draw about this if he needs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. Smith points out Decree V can go out of play and
Ah,
give him a destiny.
Good point.
Takes many minds here behind the camera to match the minds of the players sitting at the table.
Yes, Toby. He has to win by actually 20 to make it safe.
Yeah, Tom won by 19, so then it would go to lost piles. But so you always obviously want to not get in that situation and try and win by 20.
So this looks like what, Brave Resistance or what, or not, or
Yeah, it looks like he's throwing a card down for Brave Resistance.
How many
Emperor
rays does he
first.
play?
True, probably.
So Tobias asked if he should just set up 3 battlegrounds super thinly without putting many cards on table and try and get the ping
But he
going.
needs
Probably,
the
but
Emperor.
also
cards did he draw
being
there?
down by 19, he still doesn't want to race. He wants to get in a beatdown. Killing that ray was good, but he still needs to do something significant. I think killing the General Calrissian might have been bigger, because if that Falcon flies up, it's pretty thin in terms of forfeit and stuff like that, that a Zuckuss Forlom Crackfet could come down and clear a bunch of stuff.
Also, he needs Emperor for that, and I think he still doesn't have him.
No, he wasn't able to draw cards last turn.
He drew 1.
Drew 1.
Yeah. All right, so
So-
Poe
Alright, well,
comes
there's
down
Poe.
on board, and
So-
he'll eat a bounty.
Yeah, he needs the bounty. Or he must have the bounty, otherwise he's drawing 2 Battle Destiny.
But as,
Unless he has the gig.
It's just
Yeah.
one battle destiny, I think, right? 'Cause it's only
Right now
Just
it's one battle
He
destiny.
just has 3 ability.
No, yes. Ah, yeah, that's true.
The Villager and
I
Poe
think,
is
I think
3
he
ability.
should have reacted to the fin outside the vehicle.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But
But that's just the minimal.
What was that?
well, I mean, the Falcon right now
He's
is
Ja-
powered-
he's
that's a
exchanging a
layup.
character
Okay.
to Brave Resistance.
I thought he did
the
that
Falcon's
already.
still powered
He's getting
9.
Yeah.
Ray.
Whoa, what's going on there?
Ray.
That's a
oh no,
Ray.
that's the village site. That's the
Site
tunnel
also.
villager site
Yep.
that he's grabbing with the objective while he Brave
gets the Ray.
Resistance.
Okay.
Yeah,
Kind of see what we put back.
and he grabs Ray as well. Yeah.
Wiersbowski, we are about 40 minutes outside of New York City in northern New Jersey.
United States.
USA.
Planet Earth.
thanks, Reed.
All right, and then Ray goes on board as well.
So he's going to
She's
get
gonna
a
cost 4 and
Yeah, I can
get a use pile pull.
Again.
And here, if I'm Bastian, you get first response. I would be playing the bounty right now just in case he pulls a control tunnel from use pile. Like you get to bury your bounty before she gets the use pile pull.
Yep.
But he didn't. He'll still get a chance to do that after Tom takes a card. But
Then
He's
that's
not.
too
He's
late.
wiping.
all right, so he wipes for 1.
He must have a kick in his hand.
He's gonna gick, yeah, but
Yeah.
See, that's the good. That's
is
the
he
question.
also gonna burn his decree and a gick?
If he didn't have a gick, he would.
If he doesn't, if he has the gick, I would not burn the decree here.
Yeah,
Sure, but
because in worst case, so what does that Finn?
The worst thing
Finn
he's doing is he's
6
getting
or
rid
Finn's a 6.
Yeah.
So even if he draws an Emperor for Destiny, Finn just dies.
And,
Plus, it's immune less than 6. So other than that, that's villager.
It's immune less than
Yeah.
5.
No, it's 6 with
The vehicle,
with
5.
it's 6
There's
because
six- it's
Ray
sixes,
and
right?
Finn.
Ray and Finn
Ray
are
is
make it
less
6.
than-
Okay.
He still burn the decree just to clear some stuff because once
clear a villager and
Django
stuff.
dies, he's going to upload a BFBH, and so he
Yeah.
might be
Or
eyeing up
he can
next turn.
sewers for BFBH by getting to 2 battlegrounds. 2
Yeah,
more battlegrounds.
but he doesn't need to
That's
waste
what
a
it's
sewer
going out
yet
of his
when he
way.
can immediately upload it. So, yeah, Django will upload that FET.
But the Falcon's immune less than 6, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he needs to draw the Emperor.
All
Otherwise,
right,
he
so
just gives
Tom's
the villager.
debating what to do, and he's questioning, do I even need to battle? Because he plays a Rebel flight suit, so he can cancel an interrupt if needed.
I think you still battle
goes to
because
read
you
it.
want him to burn the gick.
But then you let him upload FET, and like,
So you trade one
Do you-
Fed for a different Fed. You leave this Fed on table.
Yeah.
yeah, but
I know he can
Non-battling
ignore him,
is an
but
option here?
but that FET can clear out a bunch of stuff. And the
Joe,
other thing
Joe
is
is saying that not battling is the right call.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying I think he can think about it, because here's the thing. Who cares about making him burn a gick? Old Allies isn't going to be trying to win on overflow, especially when you're ahead by 19 in the match.
Okay, but if you don't battle, then you can do what Cal's talking about. You can throw a Vigo down for free at Coruscant. Now you're on 3 battlegrounds, and then sewer into
And grab
the
Fed
BFBH
anyway,
that's
sure.
in the lost pile.
True, but then you make him waste a sewer pull.
You're going to use it on Fed anyway, probably.
Yeah, but Bastian is running in desperation
Especially
mode
on Windows,
already,
yeah.
so
Trading Decree for the Villager is probably fine if it's immune less than 6, but if you draw an Emperor, then Finn dies.
It also helps if he draws a sense, like it just saves him 4.
But maybe Finn dies anyway because you want to have the extra drain. So.
Yeah. Well, probably
Alright,
Finn
he
dies anyway
battled,
because you want to keep
so-
the Villager for the weapons defense too.
Also that, yes.
This seems like a moot point. He battled.
Battle.
Yeah. Even though, well, we were talking about.
He is going to blow Decree.
Yeah.
Oh, he's thinking about it.
Yeah. The question is, do you forfeit Finn or the Villager?
I think you
Okay.
Finn.
I think
Villager-
Finn. I think Finn.
So
that does look good.
So the Villager protects against weapons,
Yeah.
but Finn at the higher forfeit means you may not have to lose your second ray because we know Django's going to upload another Fett, and if another Fett, another Bounty Hunter comes down, and 3 more Destiny.
That's
5 maybe, and maybe.
I can't see what
Rose.
those cards are. Their characters. It's a
There's
5.
a Destiny 5,
What is Bastion Pool?
It's
a Rose and somebody.
Rose and is that Dodona?
Or was it Leia and the other guy? Looked also like Leia. Ah, come on.
That was a
Bastion
Rose.
ditched the-
Rose?
he ditched
Okay.
the, decree, right?
He did, yeah, and he drew a 5.
Okay.
Force lightning, and so he does
So the
lose
and
Finn.
Finn goes.
So
Yeah.
here's where I'm not sure about that because Django's going to upload Fett.
Is Bastion gonna?
No. Hey, he may have missed it.
No,
now he
did,
goes
he
for
remembered.
it.
He says,
And
I'll
it's-
upload Fett, and he
and
goes
he
in.
has the gig wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
uploading that Fett, if Fett and another bounty hunter come down and draw 3 Destiny, they can clear Poe, Villager, and your second Ray, and now Black Sun's flipped.
Yeah.
And you don't have and you can pull
need
Coward
general
to
levitation,
not, and
He can't retrieve.
so I think I would rather have lost a Villager there.
No, I don't. You two are making me so
Because
hungry right now.
because then you have more forfeit. You've between Finn and Poe,
That's
you've
12
got
forfeit.
12 forfeit instead of 9. That's a big difference if he's getting 3 Destiny.
But again,
Tell
you
him to
might
the
draw
Villager
into the
sideways. Does
rebel
that mean
leadership here.
putting it inside?
So he moves over to the 2/2 site.
But
It's out, okay.
so the thing is, what did Tom pull with this Ray pull?
Oh, sure. Tom might have pulled perimeter scan with the Ray pull
Yeah.
for a Fett. That would have been a great play if it was in there. But you don't know what was in there.
Yeah, or the second barrier if he plays it.
Or barrier, yeah. I'm
Or
sure he
rebel
doesn't have
leadership.
2
There's no
barrier
no,
cannons.
Calrissian is not there anymore.
Cover's gone. So no leadership will help. But yeah, perimeter scan if that was in there would just be money right here. If you know Django's going to be uploading the second
On the
one.
0 side.
Yeah, because Ray's
Yeah, there's the big question of whether or not he took the defensive card with the Ray Pull or if he was looking for something like Control to get around Shizor's bounty.
The thing is, just he needs to play it safe. So he probably, if the perimeter scan
You,
was
you
there,
definitely take the perimeter scan if it's there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Bastian activates in his countenance force and is thinking like, how do I attack? We know he's got that Fett in hand.
does he have a second bounty hunter?
Yeah, or like Reed said, can he just throw down a free Vigo?
Well, now he needs 2.
Oh, now he needs 2. Well, Fett would then be 1. So he'd throw down Vigo and then Fett and pull back Django. Is a
Okay.
total possibility. I don't think it's a great play, but again, when you're down by 19 in the
Yeah,
match,
I think
it's a
that's-
possibility. If you can clear off the second Ray
Yeah.
and have Coward
This is
out,
huge.
that's
It's
huge. You're
huge.
flipped. You could easily then win that by 20.
There it
Okay.
is.
Is
Let's
the
see if he
per-
has it.
Oh, he's got
So
something
5 for
going his
Fett.
hand.
He's reaching for his hand. Reaching for a card.
There we go.
6 for Fett.
There
And
it
he
is.
does
Perimeter
play
scan.
perimeter scan.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Good
good.
man.
Good.
I would put money on that being the Ray pull.
That's gonna go through.
Well, it has to, yeah.
Yeah, it has to be
it's
the
immune
Ray
to sense.
pull.
It could be grabbed or anything, but yeah, that goes through, and yeah, that's pretty good for Tom. It's because now he can stack more forfeit and that sort of stuff, and yeah.
Now you can get the Leia out, get the
I
rebel
guess
leadership.
having the perimeter scan makes it more sense to lose the Finn because then the way you lose is by him. You only is by potentially him coming down 59 if you don't have a barrier. You only have a perimeter scan. Not even shooting the Falcon.
And it is the right play by Bastion to lead with Fett.
Yeah, because then you know if he's good. If you play someone else, then Fett comes down. You get the most information possible.
Right.
Yeah, I think even if Fett moves away, you're still draining for 3. So
Yeah.
it's-
So
it's-
so he plays Bosk with him.
Yeah, so he had the second bounty hunter.
Yeah, so he was trying to draw 3 Destiny and hope to clear off. As long as all he would add to crack is a 9. If he got 10 or more,
Oh.
the second Ray dies, and then Bastion's in business to win by 20.
Mhm.
If this Ray can stay alive,
So now Tom has like the option. He can battle by deploying Leia and having a leadership, or just moving away and totally ignoring, because he has to pay 2 upkeep. Bastian still doesn't have Emperor. He
doesn't have
most of his
Emperor, and he
force.
doesn't have a system, so he's not draining. And he can't.
Tom wants to keep that rover with the bounty hunter alive as long as he can, because then it's not attacking him. Because as soon as it dies, he can sewer it back potentially.
So now it's going to come down to Ellis Wars for a little bit.
Yeah.
How does Tom stop Ellis?
Yeah, it's a hit, I'm sure. Is
If
his,
he has it, yeah.
Yeah, he'd have to have it, but that's true. But there's no Emperor out for sensing stuff right now, so it's.
What kind of space
But
is Tom
he
running? Is it just
he has
red?
enough ability, right? Already. So, who's going with Ellis? I mean, these 2 bounty hunters.
If Tom moves away,
Okay.
then you could Ellis the bounty hunters over, but you don't have sense for it's a hit. I mean, you could try,
Because I
but
think Bastion's
with no
gonna be
Emperor, it's
perfectly fine if Tom
dicey.
battles.
Is Tom playing it's a hit, or is he playing?
Unless Tom could drop like wedge and shit, like stuff. But Tom's hand isn't very big. Tom, it looks like, draws with Ray as Bastion's drawing.
Bastion's used well.
It's there. It's hard to see. There's a couple cards.
Yeah.
It seems like Bastian has still 6 cards in his force pile.
He activated a lot. Yeah, their activation right now. Bastion's getting 16 force plus the wipe makes it essentially 17. So and he spent 8 on those guys. So he had a lot of force left to draw still and then pay upkeep.
Force pile?
A couple.
A few voyeur.
What interrupt was played this turn?
Perimeter scan.
Perimeter scan. Okay, so he
yeah.
names and plays it used to make Tom lose 1. And Tom thinks about grabbing it.
I don't think random pings are going to.
Everybody likes flying up here, but then what are you going to do with Ray?
He reveals that.
He plays it used.
Flying up.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, everybody in chat's talking about flying up, and if you fly up, then
Right,
AOBS
then they
flips.
flip.
Yeah.
Well, so here's what you could do is play another vehicle down to the ground. So Tom decides to lose a permanent scan. Play another vehicle down to the ground, to the site next door, fly up the Falcon, and then you flip and then move the villager over with Ray in the vehicle. It depends if Tom has a hand for it or not. I would only be flying up if Ray was on the ground in a vehicle, because you need to keep her safe, and you need to keep her on the ground. Those in that order.
So, did Bastion forget to upkeep, or is he still?
No,
he has upkeep. He's got.
No, he hasn't recirculated.
Oh,
yet.
he hasn't recirculated.
I was like, where's Bastion's use pile?
Yeah.
So he's still in his draw phase.
He is, so he's drawing a few more. He drew the voyeur and played the voyeur mid-draw phase. So he recirculates,
Now
he
he
pays
upkeeps.
2 for upkeep, and he still
Still
has
got
like
some
2 or
force.
3,
1
yeah.
force left, maybe 2.
Yeah, we got a few. Tom's activating, and it's even when you're down by 20 in a match, it creates interesting scenarios. This is an interesting chess match with Bastian going aggressive, trying to kill that Ray, and Tom playing super conservative. It warps your decisions, and it makes for interesting games, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tom does not play evac control in his old allies.
Yeah.
I think he should, because if he had that right now, it would be pretty good.
Tom could just as easily drop
Tom could-
Leia here and play leadership.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
he has it, but he
Lay a
has-
leadership
yeah,
or some
but
vehicles, like
Then if he like desperation senses and
Yeah.
gets it.
yeah.
That's bad.
That's the thing. Is it worth it, or do you just move away?
Tom
The
is
longer
playing not to lose.
the longer this game goes, the better it is for Tom.
I mean, you can still grab the layout.
So if
and then-
he moves away, okay, he plays Tanaf. So he's gonna flip
Okay.
this turn. He's gonna move the Falcon over, flip, move the Villager over, or whatever. But essentially, looks like he'll probably shuttle up Poe as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Makes him a passenger on the Falcon, so he can deploy another pilot to it.
Solo. All right. Now we're in
Okay,
this
so
work.
so once
I don't think
once
he's battling now because bosses.
he won't battle because
Well, he has no reason to battle now. Now he just flips and
That's
Yeah,
why he
and
lost
'cause
the
he- 'cause-
Parameter scan,
and-
so you can play it from Lost File.
oh, he can play it from Lost with Solo. That's brilliant. Good point, Angelo.
Although
And
that's just sitting right there right now, so.
He could like
wedge,
decline
wedge
it.
up in space.
Wedge just as a pilot.
And Theron.
Theronet up in
For
space.
good measure. So now he's canceling Destinies.
Yeah, Wedge lets him cancel a Destiny in space then. And then here's the other thing. Once he flips, the Falcon is extra defense value with Han, so he can move it away and have it be safe from vehicles. He does go ahead, he puts a Villager on, moves over 2 sites, flips, takes the Villager off, I'm assuming, in a second.
Now he can shuttle up
he shuttles up Poe.
Now he's got 2 Destiny in space with a cancel.
2 Destiny
on
and
the
a
ground.
cancel. He's draining 1 in space, 1 on the ground, but
He's Zuckuss
he's
proof.
draining free. And so Bastian uses wipe. And if Bastian pays 3 to drain 2, Tom can reduce it. So he's in a great spot right now. It doesn't look like he moved the Villager off.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He draws 1. And he recirculates. I think that was a mistake. The Villager's on.
Yeah, okay.
But Solo's on the Falcon, right?
Yeah. Toby says amazing turn for Tommy. Totally. Like Tom that space setup is solid. Especially with Fett down on the ground. The ground setup's solid.
Keep the Villager on.
No, yeah, the Villager should be off so that he could drain 2. I think that was a mistake. Just forgot with all the movement and stuff. Toby says Bastian will probably just let him take the Villager out. No big deal. Yeah, wow, Tom's doing this great.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the Ellis we were talking about.
Yeah.
All right, so for
Draws
6,
a
there
6.
he gets the first Emperor of the game is seen on a Destiny 6,
Yes, it's it. He has
and he
it.
plays it's a hit.
Now he sense.
Is there a sense for it?
I mean, he has to blind draw 2.
You have to blind draw 2, yeah.
He would have to blind draw 2.
I'm not even sure he has it.
No, I don't know.
That's what they're tracking.
Nope.
He puts Ellis in Lost
Ellis
Pile,
canceled.
and it's a hit. It goes into Lost, and now that's in there for Solo if there's a second Ellis or something.
And he's used half his force this turn.
Well,
6
a third of it. I think
Yeah.
he was getting
He gets a
16, 17, yeah, 18,
No,
whatever.
it's bad now.
But yeah, still,
That
he
noise
used 6
was
force
really bad.
to do nothing, to make them each lose and interrupt. Yeah, Bastion's in a tough spot here. Tom's just playing
Would have been out there.
great.
Sith Fury.
Tom playing.
Whoa, Reed Smith says Sith Fury would have been great. You
Tom
get your
playing
Emperor back
like
in
another
hand.
New England Tom right now.
Freaking redraw your neighbor Destiny, Ellis Destiny.
That
and
would have
then
been
now
great.
You have an Emperor in
That
hand?
would have been great.
Oh, dude.
Agreed.
I think
Tom would have liked your
everything
I like the silence after your Patriots reference, but Tom would have appreciated it.
As long
so.
as Tom doesn't try to throw it from the 2 right now, he should be good.
Oh, that was a low blow for Seahawks fans. I'm sitting here wearing a Seahawks jersey. Speaking of which, are they winning that
All
game?
these viewers from Europe are like, what are they talking about?
Yeah. American football, come on.
Foosball.
You guys are up
Is
31.
that edamame? Yeah.
Did you get that?
No.
It's a high scoring game.
Yeah.
I got like
Of
crabs.
course, the day I should freaking.
The week I cut Wilson.
You know, he's bad in September,
Like the
and then he's
only,
amazing
the only
November,
one with
December.
white rice, though. Everybody else got the multigrain.
So,
Has Program Trap interact with vehicles? Because I don't.
It doesn't. Cedric. It's
so Cedric says program trap time. Program trap only blows up dudes who are present. So
inside.
anyone inside, just stay there.
IG and
Even I know the Seahawks.
Even the Dutch get the burn on the Seahawks. Oh, all right. So IG and Jasper come down. They're gonna be able to get 2 Destiny. Obviously, Bastian will be a lot happier if his other bounty hunters were over, making it 4 Destiny and limiting Solo. So the Villager's on.
Otherwise, he'd be in the news probably. At least you have that 3 forfeit.
and still.
All right, yeah, no.
And you draw 1 for Destiny.
He's drawing two Destinies, right?
Solo with Ray, they're each
one
getting
Emperor
2.
is already gone
Yeah.
for Destiny. So
Oh, out of the reserve.
Oh,
deck.
oh,
So
oh, he's got
he
Emperor
got one
Victoria
at some
gone.
point.
Okay.
So he pays 2 for 1.
So now he's going to start Shadows pinging.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he is at 3 battlegrounds.
Yep.
He needs a dark time though if he's gonna back.
He needs to loop dark time. Well, that won't help. Tom didn't start throwing him.
No.
For the lim- for the,
Oh, so he
allowing
can't reduce 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that will help a little. I think Bastion's plan is just keep attacking and chipping away and trying to kill characters,
Yeah.
and if he can
And
just
it's
sort of
losing as much-
run him
as
out of
slow as
characters.
possible.
Yeah, being cost effective in trades. I trade one character, you lose two. I shadows a dude back. Like I ping you, I sewer a dude back, I Afra another dude back. Like I think he's gonna try and be real cost effective, knocking out stuff, and hope to run Tom out of dudes and while doing more damage. Right now, Tom's supposed to do 1 damage next turn while that drain's blocked. So, I mean, shadows, and he needs to get to space too, so he can drain free.
That's scum deploy on the end.
Someone's stepping on this thing.
Emperor Palpatine, you remember that?
It wouldn't be crazy for
So who's there with IG88?
Just
Uh,
poor-
retrieve
just
Afro
for-
with sewer actually, because then it's African double retrieve.
Wait, where's Afra?
No, I'm just saying if Bastion has Afra in hand, Afra retrieve your droid into hand,
Or
and
droids
then
are in
eventually
lost power
lose
right now?
Afra,
Anybody?
sewer.
I don't think there are any droids in the Lost Power right
Yeah,
now.
not
just
yet.
Bastion, Boba and Jango.
Bastion's in lost path. That'd be awkward.
Put your Bastion in the lost pile.
So he
So
does
he
shadows
shadows.
pings right here. He draws 1, and Tom loses off the top of reserve a Lor Santeca.
That's good. That's good for him.
That's yeah, killing characters right here for Bastion is good.
Also, he cannot move in control phase, so then that limits
Yeah,
also the drains
the drains.
possible.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Speaking of moving into control phase, I guess Bastion's just like steadfastly hanging onto his Shizuo's bounty. and
Yeah.
as Tom makes a play, makes a move
Yeah.
on the prince, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, so
Blocking
if
Chewie.
There's
Bastion's
bounty hunters all over
if Bastion's
Bastion now.
big plan is kill that second ray at all costs so I can flip and do 2 objective damage and peek and stuff, then Tom's plan would be kill Shizor.
Just
So
imagine if
you want the
Bastion
bounty to
had
protect
placed
him.
Shizuo's bounty on like the second ray or something. All of his characters on Jakku are bounty hunters.
They can, yeah, but
They run
2 sites
routes.
away, they can't move that far.
But look where they are now. If
4
4-bit
for
guy?
Destiny, and it looked like
Was he
Tom
trying to
didn't
shoot?
go to. Oh, he might be trying to shoot. Who's
Shoot,
outside?
no one's outside.
No one's outside.
He's just trying.
No,
No,
that's a
he
2.
did,
Yeah.
and he can reduce.
Okay, so he
It's a 4.
reduces.
It's a 4.
4 total, which he's immune to.
No,
So-
The Falcon is immune
Falcon.
less than
Four.
Less than
Listen,
5.
4.
Oh.
Han's on there.
Finn is not there anymore.
Oh, it's not Han. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
Finn. and-
Finn's not there anymore.
It's less than 4 if
Solo
if
and Red,
Finn or
right?
Ray.
The
passes 6
vehicle,
as a vehicle.
the
Yeah.
vehicle is
Yeah.
less than 4.
And the
Up
vehicle
the
is
ship
only
is.
3.
Yes.
7 battleless on either
So is he losing solo?
for Tom.
He's losing Solo or Ray because the villager won't cover. Probably so he won't lose Ray, so Solo yes.
That's good.
That's
So
really
the
good
problem is
for
what's the power difference
for
right
Bastion.
now? Does
So
it
the balance
cover?
power-
Yeah, he may have to lose Bull. Well,
And DeJoss is going to be 30, so 11 for Dark. Is that right?
I think Joss doesn't cover 7, right? He's got 7 attrition.
yeah, 11.
So he's gotta lose
So
both.
11 power
Yeah,
for
yes, lose
Dark,
both, yeah.
and Light has what did they draw 4, and Blount is a 2. Blount's a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's 6.
So 15.
15 to 11. It's only a 4 power difference.
Okay, that's
so,
okay.
but it's 6 attrition, and Joss covers only 5 because there's only one dark icon, so they both die.
So he traded 2 characters for 1 though.
Yeah,
No,
but it was a
Solo
big
is
key.
a- but it was a
Solo's
key- it was a
huge,
key character,
especially with
yeah.
some key stuff in Lost Pile.
Does he have Joe? Does he have a second solo?
I don't believe so.
And
He's gone back and forth on 2 or 1 of those, but I
Okay.
think there might be only 1.
Also, the villager doesn't add to 4 strand right now. Yeah?
No,
Because he has
right
to be
while he's on side
Yeah.
inside.
Do you blow Walkling here then?
No, I
Or
think
do
you
you
have to
wait-
save
do you
that for
save it
if
for
you have
Rey,
to lose
if you have to
Ray.
lose Rey?
You Walkling her.
Does he have a Jedi live?
Yes, yeah.
So he's fine. I mean, he
Which
could-
and code clearance comes out for that exact purpose because
Right.
if he Jedi Levs now, Rose becomes useless because it stacks on code clearance.
Oh damn it! He had no force left.
You know,
So, okay.
he paid 2. His last
Yeah,
2
paid 2 to
force.
upkeep Boba.
Yeah.
No, I
So
mean,
he-
the
and he'll,
Emperor could have come over.
oh
to-
yeah, he can't move Emperor over. He'll wipe to activate 1.
Yeah.
and-
So he's still got Shizor's bounty up, but
yeah. And then
He's
if he
also not
doesn't
threatening a
and if
Shadows
he
ping this
doesn't
turn.
need to damage, he can draw that 1 to Shadows ping.
no, he can't Shadows ping.
Yes, he can.
He only has 2 battlegrounds right now.
Oh.
He can
okay.
draw the
I
card,
see what
but
you're
he
saying.
can't-
Yep,
he can't ping with it.
Correct.
Which he will probably do because he needs options.
Right.
And what is it? A Vigo?
Vigo off the top. And then another drain. He does have a droid in Lost Pile now for Afro. He's got IG.
Yeah.
I think Tom was just realizing that that the villager does not add inside the vehicle.
So it's only a drain of 1/1.
Yeah, it's 1/1.
Yep. Yeah, so
He can still use his other
Rose
text from inside the
Rose
vehicle
has
to
to be
cancel text.
outside.
Yeah.
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 Rose has to be outside. The villager has to be outside. They both say present. BB-8 says present with another resistant, so he can be inside as long as there's a resistance dude
Oh, Now
inside.
he moves him out. Oh,
No,
What?
he's just saying. He's saying.
He's saying I meant to do it last turn. I messed up. Although theoretically, if Dengar had been there, then maybe that's not.
IG was there. You could have captured him then.
Yeah,
right?
and
that's-
sent
Right,
him
IG
used.
could have captured him in that battle.
And then
Yeah.
then he'd be in
That's
used
value
file.
two, so he's
Okay,
that's
so
value three.
program trap goes off the top next.
Yeah, but it's not doing.
Okay, it's not doing anything
in
with
the game.
Right now.
Yeah.
At some point there could be a stack of dudes somewhere, but yes.
So he just lost one, right?
No,
He
he
lost
lost a
two.
Vigo off top and then a program
No, I
trap
mean
off
for
top.
the second
1 and 1.
one.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
yeah.
His drains
Yep,
are 1/1.
yep.
2 total.
So no techniques.
I mean, take backs. IG would have shot him.
Yeah. All right. So now
Okay.
comes
And
Anakin. Anakin comes down for 5 onto the Falcon, and he's just gonna sit here. Tom's just gonna keep these two stacked while
And Leia.
Okay, that's a good move. 'cause now
Also,
he can use
Anakin
the
adds 2 to
leadership.
maneuver on the off the Falcon. So
Yep.
And you look at his hand.
And he plays a toolkit. So now, if Bastion does have that Sunstone combo we were talking about, it'll be canceled as long
And
as he can.
dash.
And
He's
dash.
holding that sight.
That's overcommitting.
Yeah.
Depending on
I
what
think at
he's
this point
doing.
he needs to.
There's no need to split yet until Bastion is threatening with more. I think Bastion has to go to space to get his drains free and then start shadows pinging and then look for another attack. But if Tom knows he can just reduce drain, and even if he's taking ping ping ping, if he can get Rose out and he can just also ping and get it below 20, that's all he's playing for is don't lose by 20. And that's why he's going so over conservative.
I mean, how many cards does I was gonna say how many cards has Bastion lost so far?
Oh, only like 5. Like he lost Johto. He lost Johto and Fett and Vigo and Program Trap and the prepared defenses and Dejas and IG. So he has 7 in lost pile. Someone asked if he had a second Ellis, and we're not sure.
Probably not.
Now with Angelo thinks probably not. I would guess probably not. Some builds are designed with double Ellis beatdowns in mind. I don't think Bastion's is, based on some of the stuff we've
Scott
seen.
Lingroll was running 3 copies of Nabron this weekend.
in a profit deck,
In a
I believe,
profit
right?
deck,
Yeah. So and with that solo dead, a lot of that potential cancelers in hand, like the extra exit hit, the extra perimeter scan, aren't live anymore.
The thing is now the site is pretty well protected now, so
Oh,
you
it's
cannot
totally.
access it
Totally.
with battling there. So you probably go with 3PO.
Tyrith notes that Scott Lingrell is nuts. The best kind of nuts. Yeah.
So you will go you 3PO, maybe drain 1. Yeah, he will drain. So
he.
So he's paying a drain for 2.
Yeah, for 1 and for 1, because he will reduce the damage.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yep.
Yeah.
You're right there, Angelo?
Yeah, I was just.
Angelo's really getting into it over here.
The edge of his seat.
Now, does Bastion play the fist, or is it just?
Thanks, Toby. I enjoy commentating. I'm glad I got to jump in for this last game. I
And
think
you
the
are
guys
very
have.
good at it.
I think that I just talk. I just say words. I heard that Queso and Jan did an amazing job yesterday. I love the Star Wars media that we're getting to put out to the community, because there's a lot of good games. Yeah, so he drains for 2 there, which Tom points to his objective and reduces. So becomes 1 and 1, and he top decks Rogue One there.
How many ships is he playing?
So he has Tantive, Rogue One, the Falcon obviously, and then did he play a Curling Corvette for Radis pulls? So a Curling Corvette that Radis pulls.
U3PO.
No profundity.
And Profundity?
As well?
No Profundity.
We got
no
an
Profundity. So
undercover
4
spy
ships.
action.
One that he
So-
starts and 3 others.
I mean, that gets
So this is going to block the drain of 2 on the ground.
Yeah.
Hi, Toby.
And
Yeah, the Emperor moves over.
And
Caesar moves over. So now he's at 3 battle guns again. He can Shadows ping. Tom's only doing 1 damage. His only out for U3PO is Corn.
Horn.
So there he shadows pings.
But he hasn't.
And,
Or, I mean,
and
he-
Tom
he-
top decks a Chewie with bow.
Bastion.
So more characters dying is really good for Bastion.
He does have a second out for U3PO, which is moving in front of Boba and Boast.
Yeah, moving 2 sites away is, but that's always dangerous when they're getting a bunch of destinies and your leadership could be sensed from Emperor if you have it.
Refresh me, I stepped away. Are there any generals at the site?
Leia.
Leia's
So
there.
Leia's out now.
Yeah, and U3PO's blocking the drain.
And Solo, is there a second Solo that came
No.
down?
No.
Okay.
So Leia came out
But
and
Dash and Rogue,
and
whatever,
the toolkit and Dash and
Toolkit,
Rogue 10
yeah.
came out.
And there was another character too, Anakin.
Anakin is
Anakin,
piloting
yeah.
too. Yeah, so he stacked the site hard, and then U3PO came and
I was just
said,
thinking
"My-
about potential Alice, add a couple more characters with BFBH and Alice, but now that there's a general there.
Yeah.
leadership-
Alice got cancelled.
and we
so
don't
he's
think he
probably-
plays a second.
He's not playing second,
Yeah.
okay.
I think Tom overcommitted there.
I think Bastion's drawing, looking for space.
If Tom wants to spread, Tom can spread.
Yeah.
You know, he's not really interested in initiating battle.
But
so
his
if he
spread
wants
would be to
The spreading is like
would
what,
be
the
to
next
one
site?
site. Yeah,
So-
Yeah.
he only moves U3PO where the villager moves, so he still is only going to be doing 1 and 1 versus Bastion paying to drain 1/1
He can put
and shadows
He
pinging.
can put the villager in the vehicle.
He can and move
then he-
2 sites away.
Right, no,
Oh, and
in
then
the
get it
vehicle
off and then
get
move it
off,
back
and then if
over.
they move forward, he can
Oh, yeah,
move it
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
good, that's
yeah. So he
possibilities.
can keep the villager. Callum Aldred makes a great
Yeah.
point. Put the villager in the vehicle, move the vehicle over.
But-
If
yeah.
disembark him. If U3PO moves, you move the villager back, and if he doesn't, you're draining 2 there.
But U3PO doesn't have to move. He can still move the 2 bounty hunters and block the other drain then if he's not hard at the site.
Mm-hmm.
So General Leia needs to move over then for the leadership.
Yep. How many passengers can it hold?
With the dash?
The
only
oh,
holds one
Dash holds
pilot.
1, but the
Just one passenger.
but the Falcon
Holds 2 passengers.
holds 2. Okay, so he could get everyone over there.
How many leaderships does he play?
2,
And then he lost the
3?
admirals order that
3.
limits better.
3.
distance.
Oh,
That's
that
also-
would have been huge if he gets that Admiral's
Well, no,
order
it doesn't
out.
matter because Leia's on the table.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Leia suspends it. Good
Oh, yeah,
call,
yeah,
Dan.
true. But then only 2 leaderships. Yeah.
No, I think 3.
3?
Cal
Three.
says 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's Radis, there's Leia, there's General Cal,
No,
and
three-
Admiral
three
UO.
lead-
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
three
There's
leadership
3
copies.
leaderships, yes,
Yeah, okay.
to use with
The-
Cal and Leia on the ground, and then Radis and Admiral UO in space.
Uh-oh.
So Bastion's drawing.
Bastion's speaking about drawing too much here because his life work is too low.
Yeah, Bastion can't.
Yes.
But he's still got a huge life force because he's only lost 7 cards.
Yeah.
Tom's not doing much damage at all. Tom's playing so defensively.
I don't know about
Um,
you guys. I don't remember the last time that day 3 went this late. It's already after 7 o'clock.
Yeah, they did take a lunch break, and we've had games that just went long. And they did an hour and a half games, I believe, instead of an hour 15.
No, they
This
said
is
the
No,
timeline.
they changed that? Oh, these are
They
untimed.
agreed, yeah, they agreed to no timeline.
Okay.
These are on time, but,
Just
but
for
neither,
these.
neither
But the
of these
previous
games,
games,
have
I think the
gone.
previous
Yeah,
games.
and the first game
The,
was
the first game was
fast,
pretty
actually.
fast. The
Yeah.
first game was pretty
Uh-huh.
fast, and this game hasn't come close to the time limit. That so the untimed games hasn't factored into it.
Yeah.
So
So there's a leadership, but they're
Leadership,
tracking
us,
us.
and Cornhorn.
And Corn.
3 cards he could use.
Now he needs a rescue to peak.
Who's that? His reserve deck.
Yeah.
Sorry. Any rescues? In the cloud? There's 2 rescue in the clouds in the deck. So, if he could find one, he can get
So-
Corn into hand.
It's like everything he
So
needs.
he's gonna he drained one at the system, and an Emperor was lost. And he plays a Rose, so he can start retrieving.
Oh, okay.
If he can get that core horn.
And then he plays an Admiral UO in space to limit destinies up there, which
and add another
I,
Destiny.
and he adds a destiny because Poe's up there.
Yeah.
So he's getting 3 destiny and canceling 1. But I feel like that was still unnecessary because of the
me too.
cancel.
It's
He's
just too
Tom's
much.
over deploying, and once he starts taking some of these damage, he's gonna run out of life force quick, and that's another way Bastion could win if Tom just puts way too many cards on table
Yeah.
and just starts. If Bastion goes pay 3 to drain 1 at Coruscant, pay 3 to drain 1 at the other Coruscant site, shadows ping, and just.
Although eventually Tom is going to be able to parlay all these cards on the table into like a few quick bursts of damage to get.
But not on Coruscant.
He will. Yeah, it's he's putting a lot on table, and Bastion started the damage. And we'll see now that Bastion got a real slow start with no Emperors, but we'll see if he can start piling on the damage now.
He's thinking about flipping the Falcon. I wonder if he's thinking about going to Coruscant.
Yeah, but takes 2 turns.
So he does take
so he
off.
moves to space. Maybe he's gonna. So he probably docking base or ship docking the Falcon with the Tanev,
The Tanev can't move to Coruscant in one turn.
The Tanev can't move now.
No. But, I mean, he puts Poe onto the Falcon. It's maneuver. It's
Who went over? That's the question now. Did the Villager go over?
Villager. It's hard to tell, but it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't seem like it. No.
They moved from site to site. It was Ray on
Right.
the vehicle.
Yeah.
Now, what's the toolkit's not doing anything right now, right?
The toolkit's on Ray. It's just protecting in case Sun's Down combo comes down or.
All right, so it works. It works. Yeah, it works.
Wedge is going to come down.
And Wedge can cancel a
smart.
Destiny with
Yeah.
her on Rogue 10. She's now a Rogue Squadron pilot.
Sure.
Well, no, they. Oh yeah, she's inside the vehicle.
She's piloting.
Was that Rogue 10?
She's
Rogue-
piloting
Dash
Dash
and
and Rogue 10. Yeah. So she's a Rogue Squadron pilot, so Wedge can cancel with her.
Falcon
who's
does
on the
does up the drain to 2 in the system.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Angelo says Falcon makes a drain too.
Who's piloting the Falcon right now?
Anakin.
Okay.
Just like in the movies.
Sounds like episode 8 right there.
Oh boy. All right, so now Bastian, I'm betting he's gonna be paying to drain, and if he can, go into space, cause
Well, he's
he's
shadow
tracking.
pinging.
yeah.
Oh, see, he only activated like 3 or
And
4
Rose
and
blew
Shadow,
11
so
out.
he doesn't know what the
Blue
card
11.
was.
Yeah. Oh, then that blue 11 would be big. Vehicles are so great to stack dudes inside and to just protect and get power, and
Yeah, but then you can't use Rose. You can't use the Villager.
they sit outside. They're fine.
They're fodder.
Yeah.
Okay, drain 1.
So yeah, now he's just pays to drain at sight, pays to drain at sight, shadows ping. If he can get Tom to commit a bunch of cards to table and just be pinging, he could pull this out. It's actually not looking too bad for Bastian.
I don't think he pulled it out by enough, though.
Yeah.
He needs to get space.
He does need to get to space.
And another drain of
Paying
1.
9 to drain for 1/1/1 is.
Yeah, he's hitting for
it's bad.
6 every cycle.
5, 1/1/1, and then 2 shadows makes 5.
Oh, because he's
So-
reducing the
color-
corn off the top.
Color
Yeah.
off the top, that's good for
Oh.
Bastian.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Rose will
he-
retrieve that. Oh no, Shadows Ping will
Well,
cover it on Light's turn.
I mean, he can
Yeah.
still walkling to get the corn horn
He's
back.
thinking about it, I think, now.
Yeah, I saw him make a move
Yeah,
towards it.
and there
Yeah,
it goes.
Yeah.
So he walklings the Corn.
He just has to be real sure he doesn't lose right now.
Yeah. Oh, there's no secret plans out, so
Okay.
retrieves it for free.
I don't know,
And
maybe Bastian wants to
In
take
balance
that
combat?
back.
No.
So he needs the
So
system.
if he's got a rescue in hand, he can pick up Corn next.
Yeah.
so
If he had a rescue,
Yeah,
he
he
could have
would've
picked up
played
corn
it
he
last
used it
turn.
because he knew Corn was one of
He
the
knew
3
corn
in
was one of the
reserve.
top 3 last turn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, he did just draw a few cards.
Yeah, but then he would have played it.
Then he would have played it right then and there, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have it.
No, he could ray into it though at the end of Bastian's turn or on his turn.
So ship into space would be good now.
He could also potentially activate. I don't know how many
Flash
cards he
Flash
has, but
Flash.
if he could activate everything next turn, he could just tunnel vision into it.
Is he thinking about going down to the 2-0 site?
But that's very inefficient.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
mean,
put
it's kind of smart because if he goes
putting
there,
Probot
it's a drain
there?
of 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
you can only cancel. You can only
Reduce one drain.
Yeah, but then you have to pay 12 to drain.
Unless, yeah.
Yeah, but you start with draining at 2 that they reduce, and then you drain at the other 2, and then you drain, and you're still only paying 9 if that's all you can afford, but you're doing an extra damage.
No, it's the same damage.
No, it's 1 extra.
Because
you
it'd be
pay
4
12,
for
yeah.
9. You'd be doing
Yeah,
4
yeah,
for
yeah.
9.
You can also pay 6 to do 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can pay 6 to do 3 instead of
Well, no, so if you're paying 3
9 to
at
do
the
3.
0-2, it's 1 damage. You're paying 3 at the 2-2.
And then you
it's
stopped and you've paid 6 for 3.
Yeah, you're right.
Or you play Suckers and Mist Hunter and an agent to Coruscant now, if he has it. Or the Falane's Fist.
I wouldn't put the fist
Or
in.
even
Just
Ellis.
2.
Ellis
It's
and
2 Destiny and
He'll put down any ship he gets in hand because he has to go to space. He's not choosing.
I mean, he could put down the fist and then shuttle up Zizor.
There's
Yeah,
one
he checks reserve. He sees a fist,
Fist,
and
fist
2
on the
characters,
reserve,
Greedo and
Forlom.
Forlom.
That's not great.
So there is a chance that if he hasn't have the ship now, he can pick it up with
Shadows.
Shadows in his turn.
He's
He's,
have to
he's
get
gonna have a
lucky,
1
yeah.
in 3 shot.
But the other 2 cards are going to the lost pile.
Yeah, actually he has another chance next turn, because activate another one if it wasn't there, so he has a 66% chance, but has to lose from hand.
Yep.
Yeah. But he's got a huge
Oh,
hand.
the
He drew a
upkeep,
ton.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
just lose one from the top of the deck and concede the top one is not going to be it.
Yeah, but if it is the ship, then it's bad.
Yeah.
Because
So I
there's
think
a
you
33
wipe draw,
Yeah.
and if that's not it, you lose from hand, and then on your turn you activate one, draw,
Yeah.
or you activate one, search for Force Lightning, see if it's in your reserve. If it is, you activate one more and draw it into hand, and if it's not in there, then it's the one you just activated. and
by
draw.
then there are going to be more than
More
just that
cards in
one
there. You're
card.
right.
So
You're
Dan
right.
goes down at the site.
Oh,
But you should still search to know whether you should.
I think
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
blocking the drain possibly.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think he's trying to battle against the vehicle because the vehicle's only going to do it 4.
It doesn't matter.
He
Dash is fine.
still
Destinies are terrible.
his
Yeah,
his
the
destinies
Destinies were-
can't hit it.
Dash is fine.
Yeah.
His Destinies are
His
terrible.
destinies are
His is
2,
bad.
He was probably
3.
just moving in front to block it. So
Yeah.
if Tom's doing no damage and he can just shadows ping,
Yeah.
if his plan is like, if I take no damage from
How
Tom,
is Tom dealing no damage though?
Yeah,
he's
so
doing
he's
2 with the
right up
system.
to-
That's it. But Bastion's doing like 5.
Yeah, move face. I think
Tom's doing very little damage.
Tom's also retrieving one, so it's really just 4 to 2 at this
Zam?
point.
No, Cad
Cad
Bane.
Bane.
Cad Bane. So he's blocking the drain completely then.
Yeah, he still has Zam in hand, still has Guri in hand.
See, I would be playing.
Guri is good. Limiting.
Yeah, it's a decent Star Wars
Yeah.
card.
I would
was
be.
gonna say if he puts on Zam and
Expensive though.
fires against Wedge, makes him lose Wedge, that's another loss of 2.
Yeah.
I needs dark time. Dark time also helps.
That means you run just one probably.
Yeah. So
Yep.
Recirculate.
And
Two.
upkeep.
Keep fat.
Well, we
Yeah, so
didn't-
he's just blocking the drain.
Oh, I thought he would move over the other 2 guys actually to contest it a bit more. Because these 2 get wiped out very fast.
Yeah, he still have a huge reserve. That's
Crazy.
He's put very few cards on table, Bastion, and even though he's got a healthy hand, he's lost very few. And Tom's put a lot of cards on table, and he's been losing a lot to Shadows and Drains of 1. He's lost like 6 or 7 to Drains of 1, and he's lost like 6.
Bastion has
8 to Shadows.
23 life force.
Thanks, Jedager.
He does have a big hand though.
You can imagine how different this match would be if there was a time limit, even to.
So 23 in life force. I would estimate. Would you guys put that hand at about 10?
9 in hand.
Okay, 9.
But the issue
so
with that is if he runs out of things to cycle back,
So
he
he
does
needs
have to
12.
draw from his life force in order to Shadows Ping.
That's true. That can make a difference in match play.
He's
That's a good-
on the 0 side, which means he can't just use the 7 side to put cards back.
Right.
So let's see if it's a ship now.
But Bastion's the type of player. Eventually, he's gonna be tracking around used interrupts
And shadowing
shadows, so that
used
he-
interrupts
used
over and
interrupts,
over
yeah,
to
because he's got
to
a-
loop them.
he
Yeah.
has the grabber
He has
skill.
to get something on the grabber first, but after that,
Yeah. It's close. It's
really close.
Surprisingly, like pretty good.
How did he know that? Oh no, that was the 2. I thought he lost from the top. Okay, these were the 2 cards for upkeep. Lost a
Yeah.
Greedo and another guy.
And his other Greedo is one of those cards.
Yeah.
Second Greedo was-
Someone asked if Bastion has double back, and I did see it in hand. Yep. And
1/4 retrieve Rose.
Bastion wipe and shadows yet or no?
He has white,
Yeah.
but not shadowed yet.
so Rose retrieves, drains 2, like, and Tom tanks. He's thinking for a little bit about where to move and what to do and how to.
I do need the sleeves because they're perfect fits on us.
So he checks his reserve, and it looks.
Corrin Wedge.
He plays 2 wedge.
Yeah, double edge.
Whoa.
Because it's good on the Rogue One ship in space,
Mhm.
and it's good with randomly Corrin and Theranet, and it's good with anyone on Dash and Rogue 10.
So it's just basically
No.
good.
No.
So yeah, he's
He's not a Rogue Squadron pilot?
Radis, a Rogue
He
Squadron.
says
pilot?
Rogue in his text.
He doesn't say
He says
Rogue
Rogue
Squadron.
One. I don't think Rogue.
He's not a Rogue Squadron pilot. No.
I thought there was somebody was telling me that.
Yeah, that's a good question.
No.
No.
No, I don't
No.
think
that. I like that.
So let's make Radis more
Rogue
broken.
One in his text?
No. Doesn't.
Somebody was telling me that yesterday.
That someone was wrong, and you should have been like, no.
So you can't reveal Radis?
I think Tom paid for secret plans there. Is that the kind of thing you think we should tell the actor
Yes.
judge?
Oh, and now it's out there. It's on table.
Now it is.
He wouldn't have pulled it after,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was not.
pulled it after
It
he-
was
he
not
paid
when
for
I.
Rose?
It was not when I looked.
So
a second
someone
ago.
should go mention, did he pay for Rose before Secret Plans was out?
Yes, he did.
All right, Casey's going to check. Oh, and Tyrus says he did pull it after, so yeah. Oh, someone says he took his force back. The judge seems to be aware. Okay. We're good.
did.
They fixed it. Okay, cool. And then after that, he pulled it. So
There's Blount.
Blount is going with. So Blount deploys on the Falcon with Anakin to give him 7 ability, so the Falcon can fly over to Coruscant, which is also a drain of 2. So it won't add at Jakku anymore, but it'll threaten 2 there and will help keep him off space. Is the idea?
13 life force for Tom. It's getting pretty low.
Yeah, 13 is pretty low.
But Rose retrieving has
Bastion's on the
at,
table. Like, OA
21.
doesn't need a huge life force.
It doesn't.
Tom might need to start
Tom-
battling.
Yeah, Bastion's at 21 right now.
Tom moves a Falcon over with Blount. Blount unfortunately will not flip back that objective by being on Coruscant.
What does Tom have to?
And then he moves over
This was
the
Villager.
the villager. And
He doesn't battle.
he
He
moves
doesn't.
over Rose.
He runs the risk of Dengar drawing 2 4s, and if that happens, he loses the game.
Well, now the villager's there. And he has to subtract 2.
Now the villager's there, but the villager
Yeah,
wasn't there before.
sure,
right?
sure.
Yeah.
That's too careful, in my opinion, for Tom. So that gives Bastian more chances, actually.
I think Tom's playing overly conservative, yep, but I also think it could work out. He moves Leia. Bastion is not moving U3PO?
I wouldn't move him because
Then you just
then you just move with the other guy over, so it's not worth it.
yeah.
Did he move the Falcon yet or no?
Yeah,
He did.
He did? Okay.
Yeah, Falcon went to
So now it's
Coruscant.
during,
Did we see if
It's
he
a
was
drain of
able
1
to
at the
shadows
Jakku system,
into,
but it'll be 2 at Coruscant if
yeah.
he can get a drain
Was
through
Bastian able to shadows into Fallion's Fist?
We have no clue yet.
there. We don't know.
But I think he did shadow because Tom lost lost the spin.
The spin would be big too with the Falcon if Fist goes down, and he could spin for maneuver 6 because Anakin adds 2.
Yeah, only 1 spin.
Yep,
Okay, and no solo anymore.
correct. Yeah.
So we'll see if he activates
So-
one and shadows it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really want a Jedi Lev solo because that code clearance
Yeah.
then
No
makes
Rose
Rose
retrieval
useless.
now.
Yep.
So if he doesn't have it in hand, it's now a 50% chance to get it.
It's really hard to call right now who's going to win this match. Bastion's clearly going to, I think, win the game. Well, it depends if he can go to space. If he's keep paying to drain, but he's doing a lot more damage and he has a lot less cards out.
He needed to go to space a little bit earlier.
Bastion did.
He had no
Yeah.
ships.
Yeah, he hasn't found ships. He hasn't found Emperor. He's
no
he's
Emperor
he's
outside.
had some rough luck. But to be fair, he also spent his first few turns with like Fett Django and like IG Joss. He's been spending a lot of force to try and aggressively attack,
And it
which
worked out
meant
pretty well,
it
actually.
worked out decently, but it meant he couldn't draw for the Emperors and the ships.
Yeah.
So it's a trade-off.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's kind of one of the weaknesses of agents.
That parameter scan was huge.
Because you can't afford the tempo loss to just draw cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And he's been able to
Okay,
keep
so
that
now
on.
Voyeur comes out.
Oh, that's good.
Does Tom grab this?
Yes.
I don't know. You
Yes, it
interpret.
does. I don't think
Yeah, but
there's a
he's
single interrupt out there
He
that
says it in his text.
Bastion is going to
No.
be able to abuse
But that's
as
what
much
the-
as Voyeur.
that's
He
what the
doesn't mention a
second point
squadron
is.
affiliation. He says
He
pulls Rogue
mentions-
2. He says you can pull Rogue 1.
Rescue
That's not
or
an
leave. Oh,
affiliation.
for rescue is the call from Jedi.
Post on the forums and ask. Is he a Rogue Squadron?
Okay, Voyeur for rescue.
Okay, he grabs
Which he
it.
grabs that.
Grab it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's now one more card in. Come on.
One
Now you just play it lost.
One of 'em.
You just play it lost and make him lose it, I think, rather than giving Tom the option.
Well, do you have to
Yeah.
say it before you?
Yeah, you.
No,
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 you say
You
after
look
you
and
look.
then you declare what you want.
Is it?
Yes.
one is there.
The other ones keep your eyes open.
And now that it's grabbed, you can play it lost.
Play it
That's
lost.
true.
100%. Don't give him the option.
Vane Slater says someone's gonna crack soon. Tom or Bastian, one of them's just gonna flip the table
What is it? The ship? He has it. He has the ship, right?
in his hand.
Yeah, I think so.
He drew a bunch.
Maybe.
That looked like it.
Black to me.
Yeah. Dark time.
Dark time to activate one.
So he's probably trying to get to the ship at this point.
Or he's just trying to put cards back that you can shadows later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't see the ship.
That's-
Oh,
it
there.
is.
The
There it
last.
is.
Yeah,
last
it's
card.
And
definitely in hand.
And the dark time is the card he will lose.
Bastian has about 25 in life force.
So the pilots on the Falcon.
Did
are
he-
Anakin
he didn't-
and-
He's got 21 because he had 23 when.
Who's the other
right
pilot on the
before
Falcon? Anakin and
Tom.
Yeah, but then he played
Theramet.
some
Theramet.
used interrupts and stuff, and
That's right.
so.
Well, but he's been
Yeah,
trying. But he's been
but
shadowed.
he was shadowing too. So yeah, low 20s.
Is that ship even immune?
And now he shadows
One
here.
of those rinky-dink pilots on there, the Falcon.
Falcon has
So
no
we need
immunity.
a ship.
Yeah,
You're right.
Did he got the dark time back or?
I think he did get a red card. I don't know what it was.
I don't know how many cards were in his
Probably.
in his use pile last turn. Okay, he drains for one.
Drain 2, which will get reduced.
No, it won't.
Oh, he doesn't
Oh,
control
it
2
won't.
sites now, so he can't reduce it. So he
Oh
has
my
to lose
gosh,
2 to that
he
drain.
has
Oh,
to-
I think that's a mistake.
Yeah, that was Tom.
Two
Yeah.
up the top, and there goes
And
the
there
And there goes the
Corn
corn.
again.
Yeah. And he had to leave
I'm-
one ship there or one thing there.
I don't know that Tom's gonna win this.
Yeah, Bastion's in business here.
He's playing really well.
I'm pretty.
I mean, if
sure,
he
I'm
if
pretty
if
sure
he
that
wins Worlds, he
that-
deserves this.
That Bastian is winning the game. I'm not.
Oh,
sure. if he's-
yeah, Bastion's won the game, but will he win by 20? And it's looking close that he
He's
might.
got a lot of red, but I think the red has to be situational.
It depends on how the space battle goes. He still has a sewer pull too. Don't forget that. Black Sun gets tons of stuff back.
What is the sewer pool going to do for him?
Let him go harder to space. Like, take this system. If he beats Blounce, like grabbing IG for an extra Destiny with the Bounty Hunter.
Does he have enough life
He has
force
Zam
left
in hand.
to deploy everything that he needs to deploy all at once?
Maybe not.
He has nothing on course on that he can shell up.
He can shuttle up Shizor.
Uh,
He's not doing anything for you on the ground. I mean,
And it still makes it a battle round, so he can still ping.
yeah, if he just has to deploy Fist and shuttle up Shizor. No, but he has 20 something in life force, so he's fine. He could do 6 for Fist.
and
He could do
Bastion
3
also
for
has to deal
Zam,
with the,
5 for
ability.
IG.
Because he's grossly outmatched there. He has to either run away or,
Yeah.
or stack people.
Yeah,
If he
so
stacks people, he's losing his
so
game
say he
too.
moves to U3PO's site. He 6 for Fist, 3 for Zam, 5 for IG from Lost with the Sewer. You draw 2 Destinies and clear out Anakin and Blount, and then you move your 2 dudes away. Like, that's a great turn for you.
I'm not letting it go, Joe.
He's got a lot of force still.
Did you post it on the forums?
Lenny and Barry
Did you
told me. Lenny and Barry told me they PM'd Greg's in and asked him, and he said it works.
post it so that it gets put publicly?
Okay.
Mike Turner is insisting that Admiral Radis is a Rogue Squadron pilot and can cancel with Wedge, and apparently Lenny and Barry Alperstein PM'd Greg Gergel, our rules expert, and he said that he is because it's in his text. So, or pulling Rogue One makes him a Rogue Squadron pilot somehow. I'm skeptical, but MJ Turner's going to post it on the forums, and we'll see if that is the case. 10 life force for Tom.
So there's the Phalian's Fist coming.
Yep. And now all the drains are free, all the pings. Like, this is, I think Bastion's gonna win the match.
He just used 5 more.
There's Guri, so only 1 Destiny. So the barrier.
He was only getting 1 Destiny
Yeah,
anyway.
okay. So he doesn't have a barrier, otherwise he would have played it on the ship, right?
Yeah, I don't think I don't see why Bastion would battle. He's power 8 versus
No, he doesn't. He's
8. I guess it's 8 to 8, and he can kill someone, and he'll be immune. But it depends on his destinies.
If he has the interrupt to.
Yeah,
He can't reduce because there's no resistance suits there.
yeah, true,
There's just
yeah.
Blount and Anakin. So
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about the -2.
Yep. Good eye.
That's true. So then it depends really on his destiny.
On his destinies, or if he can add a couple extra power with some dude.
Mhm.
at this point he's draining for 2, 3. He's draining for 4, paying for 5.
Yeah.
Now, if he did have Afra at this point, this would be
There, Afra goes.
That's it.
Afra goes free to to the 2-0, and she'll get a droid back.
And there comes IG back.
There comes IG back, and he still hasn't even used his sewer pole. So if she dies, then
You can use the sewer pole.
he can use a sewer pole to get her, and she can get another droid back. So mass recursion, extra life force for Bastian.
This looks now pretty good for Bastian.
If you are Tom Kelly, here's one potential out. Of course, he's still holding the Shizor's bounty, so you'd need a controlled tunnel. But here's one potential out is Jedi Lev and stack it on the code clearance for Chewie with Bo and a dude and attack Afra and basically hope you made him burn that Gik early. Hope he doesn't have a second Gik. And now you
Jedi
go to
Lev
desperation
costs
mode.
4. He only has 10 in life force.
That's true. So you'd have to do it on Bastion's turn and save 4.
4 active here, uses it now, then has it in hand. You can play with more.
His hand
Yeah,
size is
everything
also-
great.
Dark time.
His hand size is also.
So he plays Dark Time.
He only has a couple cards in hand. Tom's.
Yeah.
I think
Tom has 10 life force.
I think
Yeah.
Tom, by over deploying and
He
playing too
put
cautiously,
way too cautiously, way too conservative, which looked good early on. Bastion sort of forced him into that with being super aggressive, and then was able to just be super cost effective.
that's what-
And he's just going to block the drain. He doesn't want to take a drain of 2. He moves Fett there.
There's.
He leaves Bosk. He must have a second Gik, so and he's got the bounty and stuff. So now he's just spreading. He's just like guy, and I'm going to drain free.
He just needs to cycle cards.
Yep, Bastion's cycling some
He'll
cards.
probably- Well, is he done this turn?
Pretty much, he moved.
Angelo-
Leave Boss.
Angelo, do you know if he has a
See,
second Gik?
He wants to
He's-
wipe. And he
he's-
wants to activate the dark time and pick it right back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah, and then he basically he has another Gik and the Shizor's bounty, so he can have Chelly alone, he can have Bosk alone, he can just spread out, block the drain. Right now he's only eating a drain of 1 at Jakku, and that's why he doesn't need to battle. Bastion doesn't need to battle in space. He doesn't need to do anything because all he's taken is 1 damage, and
I want to say it was a borderline brilliant play by Bastion to just throw his voyeur there. It wasn't quite on like a Queen's Sacrifice level, but maybe like a like a knight for a pawn maybe. But it gave him so much
on
more.
F7 there, right?
Yeah.
Destroying the kingside position.
so
Because no doubt he wishes he had that card right now to loot, but he had to grab or bait something so that he doesn't shred his own life force drawing with the shadows.
Does Tom have to battle here on Jakku?
He has to do something.
oh yeah, he has to
Yeah, he
battle,
has to.
and
I mean,
Retrieve with Rose, retrieve with Leia.
he can.
yeah, battling and
battles,
retrieving
he
with
has the
Leia is a good
leadership.
idea.
If he has the leadership, Bastion's not going to draw any destiny.
Yeah. The thing is, Bastian is just losing the
Bastion
characters.
He loses characters there. He's not
Any
losing
cards.
extra.
Okay, there's.
No, he just lost.
Did he just lose the
He
Jedi?
just
Lev?
lost
Yeah.
Jedi Lev to a Shadows.
Okay.
Was that from the top or
From hand.
From hand.
He couldn't afford it anymore.
It's way too expensive.
I don't know how he's going to deal with Chelly.
Music cut out. The bar must be shutting down.
You're in the gap between the afternoon games and the Sunday night game.
The Horseshoe Tavern is closing down. All the Jets fans are
Seahawks
going
lost
home.
33-31.
Sorry, Joe.
2 points at
Sorry about
home.
your luck.
And then Tom Kelly looks like he might lose by 2 points at home.
Retrieves the Jedi Lev with Rose. Also did he did the Jakku drain, right?
Yeah, because
IG's hit back in the lost pile, yeah.
Yeah, he had got that back with Afra and lost it again. In case she dies, then he can sewer her and use her to get IG again, and just getting those extra life force, especially when Tom is just doing 1 or 2 each turn, means Bastian is surviving so long. He's doing 2 shadows, ping ping on the ground, like he's just way out damaging him.
Bastion's at exactly
4-1.
20. He has a lot of cards in hand though, and a lot of them.
So much in hand, yeah. He can just lose from
Still has
hand
the
to the
sewer.
Jakku drain. How is he going to make
he
him
can
lose?
still use the sewer, yeah.
Bastion doesn't even need to Shadows ping anymore. At the moment, like he can just drain, and eat a drain of 1. Drain, eat a drain of 1. Like he will Shadows ping and
there's
find
something.
used
He's
interrupts,
got
but
Finn on the Falcon.
Finn.
for extra power.
Yeah.
Power and retrieval now if he battles there.
So he's power 11.
We might see him battle twice, once on the ground, once in space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he retrieves too. Remember, he battles in space for
I don't
free.
think he has enough cards in his deck for that. It's way too many destinies he needs to draw. And he
Well,
played Finn
He's
for
got
cost.
4 force.
Like, he's only drawing one Destiny in space.
Yeah.
He's only drawing one Destiny in space.
Yeah.
Guri is 4 feet 7, so she will cover anything there.
He won't crack an 8
Yeah.
immunity,
No,
but she'll cover any
he will-
overflow.
He will,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
have overflow, and
showed Prince
but
out.
now you need the interrupt to because now he's an resistance
So,
character
why
there,
doesn't
so he
he-
can
so Bastian
Subtract.
plays it,
Subtract,
uses
yeah.
his
He,
eyes on
he
the
can
bounty.
he can
Didn't
subtract,
he
and
wipe
Finn
draw
gives
it?
the Falcon immunity, right?
Angelo, didn't he wipe and then draw? Didn't he wipe and then draw?
Yeah, he draw. I
So
don't
he
know
can
if
use that
yeah,
mid-battle.
So he has it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he has
He
it.
can use the Dark Time mid-battle to make sure he doesn't subtract 2.
Okay, so he's reacting with.
React with Greedo?
Oh no, he's grabbing
Ah,
Greedo.
did he
Oh, he's
sewer?
sewer.
Did he sewer Greedo?
Sewer Greedo.
Does
The
he have
other
enough
thing is he
force?
still-
So
I'm
someone
surprised
pointed
he
out,
uses eyes on his bounty.
why did he put so many pilots in space? Zuckus can just come down and wreck your day if you don't have 7 ability, so he was very careful to keep 7 ability up there. And then Admiral Yuo, he wanted to lock down that system and, have leadership available, things like that.
Okay,
But
so there's the
he
battle.
did
Battle
deploy a lot.
retrieve at Coruscant.
Why did he retrieve 2?
He doesn't. He just. So
He just
battles
retrieved one.
again.
Okay.
So he battled free at
Oh, I think
Coruscant.
maybe battled on the ground. 'cause
Battled
he's
on the
looking at
ground.
He pointed at Coruscant though.
Yeah, he didn't
Okay,
spend any
maybe
force to
Bastion's
battle.
trying
Maybe he's
to-
counting power there to decide if he wants to Greedo.
Do you have projective?
Predictive?
No.
I'm not sure.
I haven't seen projective telepathy.
Yeah. I don't think so. Yeah, the thing is, the power differences might be. Okay, it's in space.
All right, he does
Oh,
react
yeah, he
Greedo to
just
space.
figured out where he
Probably,
wanted to
yeah,
put
yeah.
her,
It's
Greedo,
probably
yeah.
counting power there and see if he's coming by there with the 4 feet.
But again, I don't think Tom has enough destinies left in his deck to battle in both spots. I could be wrong.
Well, we'll see. This is probably a safe battle in space because he's probably going to win on power and not have to lose anything. He has
So
a
he draws
few.
a 5.
Draws a 5 and that's a 6.
And
Draws
he
a
draws a
5.
5.
5s are where?
And he can
So
subtract
he
2.
Subtract 2.
Now he's only losing Blount.
Bastion didn't play the Dark Time?
No, he's immune.
He's
to the
immune
Finn's on board.
because Finn.
That makes it less than 4.
Bastion didn't play the Dark Time?
Oh, only
Bastion
on the
did
vehicle
not play
side.
Dark Time.
Okay, so he's not immune.
I
so
think
he's
Bastion's worried
he's
about
gonna lose Blount.
saving the dark time for the ground battle.
Oh, he loses Finn for some. Oh, so he can keep 7 ability in
yeah,
case
in
Zuckus
case
comes
Zuckus
down. Yeah, and Guri dies.
Did he lose on power in that battle? Oh, he
Dark
did
Time
because
works all turn, doesn't it? Once you play it?
Yeah,
For a
it
remainder
works
of
all
turn.
turn.
All turn?
He's
Oh.
Unless he used it
modified.
to activate one.
Okay.
So why did he lose Finn?
Because he wanted to keep 7 ability in case Zuckus comes down
No,
next
but
turn.
why did he have to lose anything?
Because
Because
there's
of
no
5.
immunity. Finn only
was
adds
a 5,
immunity
the
as a
better the
vehicle.
As a vehicle, not as a ship.
Yeah, you got to remember double
So
text
now
on
he's battling in space.
Battle in space,
I already
retrieve.
balanced.
Battle on the
On the
ground.
ground.
Retrieve Finn.
So Tom's trying to claw back in life force, like but the problem is, again, he's not doing any damage.
I think I
He's
saw
training for 2
hidden
at Jakku.
weapons there.
He's draining 1 at Jakku.
Oh.
The Falcon moved over.
Bummer.
Yeah,
So
he's doing
how
1
much does
damage
Bastion
How do you
have in
feel
his
about
hand?
landing the Falcon on Coruscant?
and making it vehicle to block a drain of 1. He can just move away. I mean, you could drain
Yeah,
2
and then you
there.
get
then.
to drain 2 there.
Yeah, but then you're also giving up the drain in the system, and he's draining free. I'm not sure what Tom.
But he
You're
what a
just
winning
trying to
play
make
is.
Bastion lose cards before you lose.
Yes.
Make Bastion lose as many
Sure,
cards
sure,
as possible.
sure.
So anything you can do to maximize your damage output now.
Right. It's better to land the Falcon and block a drain of 1 and potentially get a drain of 2 than move it back and just have a drain of 1 extra at the system.
I wouldn't move it back to Jakku. I would land it on
Right.
Coruscant.
Right.
So leadership to limit or add? He has only 1 destiny left, right?
Yeah, it's got to be leadership to
It'll
limit.
be the
'cause
limit because
he's drawing
Boba
3.
Fett.
Bastion's not going to draw any. It's going to get canceled with Wedge.
Yeah,
To 1 and cancel with Wedge.
limit to 1 and cancel.
Yeah.
Is Bastion going to grab a card? Oh my gosh.
No, Bastion doesn't have any force.
Oh, still not grabbing the card.
Yeah. Yeah, and Bastion can grab a card at any time as direct damage. Like, Tom's already done
Well,
that.
last game he didn't grab a card.
What are they talking there?
He was
Bastion just
talking about the
refuses to use
leadership.
his grabber. He pulls it, but never uses it.
It's mind games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not on that level.
Yeah, Bastion.
That's why you.
Bastion will probably get outpowered here. Fett adds a lot of power. Bastian's deciding who to shoot with Dengar. So he shoots at Rose. I think you shoot at Rose and the Villager, so that because they're the ones doing the retrieve and a potential extra drain, and you don't really care about Wedge. Like it looks like maybe he's going for Wedge, but I would do Rose and the Villager.
Oh, hit. Is it
Draws a
Emperor?
6, yep, Emperor, and he places a Villager use. That actually gets a life force back for Tom.
I don't know why he doesn't have Dark Time. It was the top card of his deck.
Yeah, it was the
He
last
could've
thing he
just
played
played
and then
two shadow
recirculated.
decks.
Draws
Then he
another
draws a
Emperor.
6.
Against
And he hits
Wedge.
Wedge.
All right.
So that's going to be pretty good to track two 6s in a row if he wants to battle somewhere.
Yeah.
Now he
There
plays
it is.
Dark
There's
Time.
Time. Why not play it before?
Maybe he thinks it's only for that battle. He should have played it
works all
before.
turn, right?
It,
You
it,
can
it,
play it at
it's
any
for a
time. It
remainder
works
of
all turn,
turn.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe he wanted to bait that battle.
Maybe, but he was hoping he didn't have a limiting thing, so he was okay with Wedge canceling one,
Okay, yeah.
and so he wanted to bait the battle, and then, or maybe he just forgot.
Oh.
Oh, and he cancels it with Rebel Flight Suit.
Yeah.
No, Bastian.
So that's a once per game.
Once per game.
Yeah,
You cancel,
that
and do you have to lose a force or use
Oh
a
my
force?
God,
Anything?
Tom Hayden might have saved
Anyone?
Tom Kelly.
It's free. Just once per game you can do that. And then you can also send it used once you're done with it, right?
Yeah.
The Rebel Flight Suit, when if you're on the ground.
I don't know the text on Flight Suit.
Yeah, you can take it off and just throw it on the ground
That
back into
was
your
a
used pile.
Huge mistake on Bastian's side.
If he had played it in the previous battle, that couldn't have happened.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Damn it, Bastian.
So
what
the
did I do?
text on Rebel Flight Suit virtual
still couldn't
says
cancel
deploy on a
No,
Rebel or
no.
Resistance pilot. Any
It's in
starfighter or vehicle the character pilots is power +2. If present at a site, may use one force to place this device in used pile. Once per game, if character is piloting in battle, may cancel a non-immuniscence interrupt.
That's really
Yeah.
bad. He
Yeah.
drew a 2 as Battle Destiny.
That looks like switch off
So
another
switch off,
6,
That's a 6.
which can't be
And
reduced,
it'll
which
be-
is
well,
canceled.
Oh, it's canceled.
Canceled
It's
with Wedge.
canceled.
So he limited him to 1 and then canceled,
Canceled it, yeah.
which is huge.
So and
He's gonna lose Wedge and nothing else.
Yeah, because Wedge was hit.
so but
and now he's
what's
counting
the
up power.
difference? Yeah. What's the
What was his Battle Destiny? Was Poe?
Poe was a 2.
That's not great.
yeah.
And now he's
Damn
putting
it.
now he's putting the Rebel Flight Suit back into his deck.
The Flight Suit actually adds 2 to his power here.
Yeah.
And vehicles too?
What?
Yeah, well, piloting.
Well, piloting. Okay. So somebody Jedi can maybe ride the power? What's the
Yeah, if we could get a
Yeah,
count on the power in
yeah,
that battle,
J-
Jeremy, that would be great.
Is he like have an earbud in for the
Yeah.
stream and
Is
is
the
watching?
stream
Nice.
is the stream down for anyone besides Tyrith?
Yeah, please post if you can't see the stream.
Place to lose the stream.
Just not some
Refresh. Good game. Oh, he says it came back.
Okay.
Keep. Someone confirm for us.
It looks like it looks.
All right,
like
we'll
it's-
just keep going to assume. Apparently, it's been twitchy all day. Sorry about that.
Well, it's on Twitch.
Oh. All right, everyone's saying stream is good. All right, cool. So,
So can we count power
it-
baby?
it-
It's 7. It's
Close
411.
enough that it doesn't matter.
12.
it looks like he only lost one
Cad
character,
Bane.
and they
Is
counted
that-
up
is that
power.
all he's
So,
losing?
yeah, apparently,
Yeah.
I don't think Tom's power's that high.
10. He's 14, and Tom, yeah, must have been 19-ish, or less.
So 7, 11, and Stan.
Yeah,
is
someone points out Bastian might be
14,
mathing and have to lose someone else or something.
16, 17. So Bastian is 17, I think, because Cat Bane adds 1 to power of each other bounty.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
And but I don't know what's up there in
16 then.
in the stack there.
Dengar's of 3. So 16 power versus
Yeah, it looks like Bastian's still figuring it out. And Tom's just waiting.
And there was also a previous battle.
yeah, it's got to be over. I think it's over 21. We'll see. Oh, maybe it's Tom's forfeit action. So
Yeah, but
No, well, Tom
oh no, he
lost,
got him
Wedge.
off.
Wedge.
He's looking raised out. Apparently, he only had to lose the one dude.
yeah, the
Yeah.
other was hit.
Now where does
Oh,
Tom?
so
move?
it needs to be present at a site to. Oh, so I thought he was going to take it out and send it used, but he doesn't have a force to do that. So why even take her out?
double back.
To move a bounty hunter or something? What is he doing with
no,
that? Oh, he's
just
just peeking.
putting
It's just a
part
used
back.
interrupt
so
to
then
peek
that
with.
was enough. So then power-wise, it's enough.
Yeah, yeah.
From the first battle.
I'm surprised Tom hasn't moved to the 2-2 site.
Yeah, but what do you do about Afra right here and the other one? He's about to take drains of
Does he have a control?
6. I don't know that Tom has any force available. He can't move. So he's about to take a drain of, and he can't reduce either with his objective because he doesn't control 2. So he's about to take drains of 2, 2, 1, 1, 6 plus a Shadows damage, 7 more right now.
And he has only like 11 force left.
Yeah, but the question is, how much does Bastian have left at this point?
20.
And how much damage is Tom doing?
He draws double back into hand, so he's just looping a different used interrupt
Yeah.
now, so that he can.
I think he's now
No,
down
Dark
to,
Time's in Lost
to
Pile.
19. It should be 19,
19 what?
life force
For Bastian.
for Bastian.
If
down to Lost Piles, I feel like Tom's gonna have it because he has so much in play this game.
Tom played
Yeah.
a ton with the troopers to table, and he played a ton with old allies to table, that he'll probably win on Lost Piles if it goes to 19. That would be very climactic.
And Bastian had
finish.
a ton of cards in Lost Pile last game.
And now
but barely
Tom
any this
has
game.
really
Jared
buffed
Third,
up his,
14 life force.
14 for Tom.
Tom's actually gone up since the last time we.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
he
the Leia battling
Yeah, that's
in
true.
rows.
He retrieved 3 force that turn.
Yeah,
and he,
yeah. But he's
put
about
the villager back too.
He's about to take 7 this turn. Drain 2, 2, 1, 1
Yeah,
shadows.
I really thought he had to land the Falcon.
I think that would have been good. It would have still blocked a drain, and you threaten if he moves away to do an extra to drain 2 more.
There's a
All
control.
right, he controlled a drain.
Of 2, okay. So that saves him 1 force. It's still a lost.
2 more.
So Corvette and
Villager.
Villager off top, and Leadership
top deck
and
off.
Finn off top,
Yeah.
Rescue off top. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be very close. This is a good finals. I hope you guys are enjoying this.
We are definitely.
Yeah,
Bastion has enough.
I'm liking this.
Cards in hand to pull it out.
He does, because how are you going to make Tom if he just only does used interrupts? So he no escapes for a card.
All right, well that's
for
still
Cad
net
Bane.
0, but yeah.
Yeah, but he has enough in hand. How's Tom going to make him lose cards from his reserve?
Villager, what is Bastion life count? Is it 20 or 19?
He probably doesn't want to interrupt them to have them count, except when they ask for a count. So he can only update us when they ask for a count, because we don't want to interrupt their
Yeah,
thinking
okay,
and stuff. Yeah.
But maybe he watched closely and knows.
Sure.
it's 5 o'clock, yeah.
A remaker asked if Bastion's still above 20. We think he's right at maybe 19 or 20.
Plus 6 so it's 8, 9, 10, 11.
So he plays Cad Bane again. Oh, so this will hurt. He just played Cad Bane, and he's going to battle again because now there's probably no leadership. Tom probably doesn't have another leadership.
Right.
And
So now he
there's
can
3
draw
6s.
3 6s in a row to just clear off a ton of stuff.
This could do it, and he has enough still.
Yeah.
Is there still wedge there? No, he was
20. It's 20 for Bastion right now, so it won't go to Lost Piles. Bastion's not going to let this go to Lost Piles. What a...
Well, battle here is not going to end the game either. But
If he clears
it's
off
gonna-
enough stuff,
If he clears off enough stuff, it's going to make it really
yeah.
close to being over.
But how is Tom going to do any damage this game?
He still has the drainage jack.
He has a Draina 1 at Chaku. And then
Hang on to that.
He has what, like 1, 2 cards in hand, Tom?
1 card, I think.
yeah, and 7 in Life Force. Like next turn.
It's the
Okay, so he just canceled a shot at Ray.
Which gets grabbed.
right. Bastion grabbed a card.
Bastion grabbed a card.
Yeah, fine.
Bastion has 20 in life force right now.
Yeah.
Jar.
Shoot Ray again. Got
Hit.
her that time.
Boom.
And now he's going to flip.
And that'll essentially end the game.
Because those extra 6s. Yeah, because that's going to do 2 damage from the objective. Well, he's only at 7.
Why wasn't Ray piloting the speeder? Like what?
Once he flips, he can put cards from his hand.
Once he flips, he can put cards from hand into Life Force.
Yeah.
So that'll end the game.
That'll absolutely end the game.
And the match.
Yeah. Draws a
13 total.
A rose
Rose.
for as a 5.
yeah.
6, 12, and I think it's a 2.
Who's piloting Rogue One? Why wasn't Ray piloting the vehicle?
6, 5, 2. So 13 attrition.
Maybe.
She can be on the.
Yeah, I don't know why he got Ray off, But either way,
it would have hit
he
the
could have
vehicle.
shot. Oh, he got ref because he had the interrupt, the female interrupt to
Female
protect her,
interrupt, yeah.
versus the vehicle is harder. He could hit, yeah. And even if he -2 the weapon destiny.
He didn't account for the double sixes. That's what it was.
I don't think there was a way for him to account for the double
There was
sixes.
no way to.
I could take care of myself
And the -2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's better to have her off there and hope they can't do the double sixes. Now
Although
he's
he
left with
did
just
see the
Rose
double
on
sixes
ground.
on the previous
He
turn.
and he flips. This is match over.
This is game over.
Game over, match over. Like
This is
he's
Bastian.
This is Bastian. Unbelievable.
now he can peek at his force pile to go up to 21.
If he needs to.
I mean, yeah. He just spreads out. He's got the gick. He just spreads to every site, and he's like, "What are you?"
Did he not look at what's in his deck?
He didn't yet, but
It's too late to move phase.
he moves Emperor and moves Shizor in case the Falcon does. Oh, he shuttles Shizor up.
Yeah.
Oh, he's draining 2 there because the fist is out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, he's not now because there's no.
No Black Sun agent. Yeah, so no point in moving the Emperor.
Doesn't that flip him?
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
Only if he's off table.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but he's doing less ping with objective. But it doesn't matter because Tom has like 7 life force, and next turn he dies.
Yeah.
And he's only doing 1 damage.
Wow, beautifully played game by Bastian. That's you got to give him props, and he totally deserves to win this match in this World Championship because I think he was facing a tough match against Tom and was down by 19, and he went aggressive early. Then he spread out. He made sure that Tom couldn't do too much damage to him. He was blocking drains, and
I would expect to see the handshake any moment.
yeah, Tom has no cards in hand. He literally can only move guys around.
Mm-hmm.
Well played by both players, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Tom played too cautious.
Tom's in the tank one last time.
Yeah, but I don't see what
Bastian looks
he
happy
can
right
do.
now, I'm imagining. Amazing fight.
Yeah, wow, what a comeback from Bastian. Tom pays 1 to retrieve with Rose because there's a resistance agent on table.
He'll get
She doesn't
Ray
have to
back.
be with it. She
Oh,
has to be
it's-
present.
It's Rose that.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Here she is.
He gets Ray back. He can't really do anything with that.
No.
Bastian will be another 2-time world champ after Kevin Shannon, Emma Wallen, and Johnny
Justin
Chu.
Desai and Johnny Chu. He'll be
yeah.
the 5th 2-time champion.
Back in 2001
2001
and
17
2018.
years.
Well, maybe he needs to retire again and come back and I'll win it again.
Long overdue championship, one of the best ever to play the game. He's
It will be by far the longest gap
between the two. Yeah.
championships.
Yeah.
He battles in. Tom is
great.
battling in space, I think.
Sure. He draws a 5, which it's immune to. He's just gonna make him lose. No, it's only if he dies. It's only if he's off table. Okay. You can still be flipped.
Yep, no non-American has won a championship on American soil since Angelo Consoli in 2002. So that's been 16 years.
And Tom's thinking, but he knows it's over. Bastian knows it's over.
Oh man.
It's
He's kicking himself right now, probably.
yeah,
because
he's
he
running
had
over
it.
different ways he could have taken it, but he wanted to play safe. He doesn't want to lose to a beatdown, and he played too safe and over deployed. And Bastian played brilliantly. He totally deserved this win, and it was super interesting to play.
Does, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun to watch.
Aaron, your teammate Brian Terwilliger was the runner-up the last time Worlds was held outside of the U.S. So that should answer your question right there.
What is it? 8? Oh, it's 8 p.m.
So he lands Falcon at the Drain 3 site. Yeah, I mean, he should have done this earlier. Rose has nowhere to go. Rose is just, he'll shuttle dudes down, I guess.
We're now
from
in
the
our
Corvette.
10th hour of day 3 coverage here.
Jesus.
No, sorry. We're in the 11th hour. We have done 10 full hours.
Aaron asked when the last time an American won outside the U.S. That's a good point. It's
No
hard to,
American has ever won Worlds outside the U.S.
Yeah, there's
There's only one person to ever win Worlds outside the U.S. It's Emil Wallen, and he's done it twice.
Once in Canada, once in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So Tom shuttles down stuff. He's just trying to see if he can somehow damage, but Bastian getting to put down cards from hand.
He just needs to drain it.
Am I wrong, or does he? No, he sewered Greedo, so he's used the sewer pole. But he just drains and pings. He pings one with the objective here. He drains one with Emperor. That's 2.
I
one
wanted
at system 3, 4, 5. So he's going to do 5.
Chrono, I want to
Plus
say
Shadows.
that Bastian beat Martin Akison, but in 2001, but I could be wrong about that.
For his first championship?
For his first championship.
Yeah, it was my team.
Yeah.
I was there. I made top 8.
But who's counting?
Tom's pointing out that's just a drain 1 because there's no Black Sun agent. And Bastian's like, oh, good catch. All right, well, let's maybe, as they wrap up this game, we get the final results, talk a little bit about this weekend. What do you guys think of the decks being played, the meta?
We need to
where's
run
Star Wars at?
Shadows.
All 3 decks that we played.
All 3 decks that were played. Shadows, what about Old Allies? What are your thoughts on that?
I think the only change you would have to make to Old Allies is you would have to test Old Allies in a post-Shadows meta and then see if it would need adjustment from there.
You don't think it needs adjustment now?
If Shadows is still going to be a card, no, I don't think it needs
Let's
adjustment
pretend Black Sun doesn't exist. You think Old
Then-
Allies is not a problem?
I think it is, but I would want to test it first. And that's why I'm saying I think we can agree that Shadows needs to get fixed. I think the next thing you do is play test Old Allies in that meta and see if it also needs to be toned down.
Yeah, my point is, if you think it's the only thing keeping it in check is Shadows, because it's too good right now, then toning down Shadows, like, it would.
Well, how would you tone it down? That's the next question.
Yeah, and everyone disagrees on, is it Bounty that's a problem, or Sewer, or Affer? There's so many million little things about it.
I think it's the card
It's a good
Shadows.
deck.
No, I don't think it's Shadows. I think it's just the I think you said it the best. It's Afra. It's
There's a lot of different stuff. I think it's going to be a long discussion with a lot of passionate people.
Also, Allies is getting better for each new character that is coming out. That's also a problem.
And
So-
there's another character in testing.
I don't know, but
Oh.
it makes it really hard to make.
Hard
It
to-
makes it hard to make Resistance characters, and you have
Yeah.
another Resistance movie coming out this year.
Right.
Next year.
Yeah. Old Allies is quite a deck too.
So we'll get that one. I can actually grab that one now. We're not going to use it.
I think
We
Team
s-
5 will be really sad.
I think the
Yeah. Well, we won last year. We got 3 in the top 8 last year and won it. We got 3 in the top 8 this year and came just short of winning it back-to-back years. But
I think the mistake that
Can't win it every year.
Design made when designing Old Allies was they made an Episode 7 objective as opposed to making, say, a Jakku objective or a Resistance Forces objective or something along those lines. Imagine
So
if
now-
Decipher had made an Episode 1 objective, like as opposed to making Combat or Senate or
It's
WAP.
it's too
If just put
broad.
all
You're
of
saying
that exactly.
But the thing is, Episode 7, if they do make new cards for Episode
This
9,
is
those
gonna-
won't be
Tom's
playable.
peeling
in
cards, and this might.
Yeah. He's draining 2. He's peeking. He's used interrupt. He's counting his life force. Did Bastian forget he could put a card down now that he's flipped? I haven't really
No,
seen
he
him do
doesn't
that.
need
He's
at the
put
moment.
cards.
He hasn't yet.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to yet.
Drain
He's
1.
still draining.
Do we know the life count totals?
It's
It's like
Bastian has
It's
enough.
enough.
22 for Bastian.
Now he's looking, he's seeing, does he ping with Shizor? He doesn't. It needs to be a site, I believe. But he'll ping with Emperor being at a site. He doesn't bother to battle. He just shuttles Shizor down to block that drain. So he takes a drain of 1 at Jakku.
Yeah. He has only ability 5, so... And it can...
Now, Bastian is not draining free right now because he has no Black Sun Agent up in space. However, he has plenty to just be able to pay to drain. He's got 20 life force. He can pay
And
3,
he
pay
can
3,
do
pay 3.
Shadows ping. There's Dark Time.
there's the second Dark Time.
He can
so he has 2
do
of
the
those.
flip side, the
so now he can
seven-side
Shadows
ping.
ping loop.
Tom
all
has
that.
1 life force.
Oh, so he'll...
He just pings him with the 7 side and the game's over.
In Tom's...
Or he pings him with Shadows.
Yeah. He already pinged with...
He pings with Shadows on
Tom's
turn.
activate. He activates 1 and he does
Draw.
Shadows. Draw.
And for the first time in 17 years, Bastian Winkelhaus is once again your world champion.
Try that again, see if it'll unfreeze. Looks like the camera out there is frozen.
All right, and we had that camera set up just for this, but
Oh no, I
guess not.
Sorry, Scott unplugged it. I didn't know.
Oh.
Well, there's like people standing
Yeah, it's
around
fine.
it and stuff.
So who won?
All right. Did you mute us?
By how much?
20 something.
21.
And more than 19.
More than 19.
Yep. All right. We're going to go ahead and sign off here. Thanks, everyone, for watching this stream. We hope you enjoyed that finals. It was quite epic. Second game.
Interview with the champ.
We're gonna try to get Bastian for an interview.
So
we'll see what
everyone,
we can do. Hang on. We can't make promises, but hang
it'll
on.
probably be at least 10 minutes from now as everyone congratulates him and he takes a minute to decompress and stuff. So wait a few minutes and we'll see if we can get an interview for you. We'll let you know either way if we. Camera.
Yeah, sure.
Here he comes. Congratulations, Bastian.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
seat.
you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Going. So let's talk about your first game a little bit. You were Watch Your Step versus Entanglements Troopers.
Right.
And how did that go from your perspective?
Well, it went very bad on my second turn.
Okay.
Because I had a really good hand. I had Pulsar Skate plus Wedge plus Myrex plus I had all winged for the Outrider on the very first action. And on my second turn, I had Dash Renderer in the reserve deck and the Barrier Console in my force pile, and I had a Tunnel Vision.
Oh, so you just wanted to hit that system real hard.
And he had lost 1 Imperial Barrier for playing that. I get
support.
3, the tactical support. And so I figured he might have another, so I had Tunnel Vision for the Rebel, for the Consular. And then I wanted to hit him really hard on the system, and we calculated it. He would have had to lose Ozzel plus Elsec plus a couple cards, and then he would have to reinforce more in the system. But well, yeah, he had 2 barriers in his hand, and afterward it was really like a really tough game because he was always 1 or even 2 steps ahead of me. I should have grabbed the second barrier. Like he barriered and I cancel, and he played the second barrier, and I should have canceled it. And then next turn, and then also I didn't see that, or I thought his reserve deck was not. It was too big so that he doesn't get to the barrier again, but it was exactly
Enough
the
to
last
keep.
card he took from the entanglements was the barrier, and that way he could barrier Maluk, and that was bad too. I mean, he probably had a gig or something, or could have reacted with a Stormtrooper patrol or something. Yeah, and then he was just always 1 or 2 steps ahead of me, and there was nothing I could do.
So you finished out that game
By
down,
19.
down by 19. And
I could have drawn up a little bit earlier, and then I win by 18. But also he could have not done so much damage against me and retrieved the trooper and win by 20 or something. But yeah, it was tough. I lost
So
by
going
19.
into that second game, you were going to be Black Sun versus his old allies. What were
Right.
your thoughts to approach that after being down 19?
Wow. Last year at the Europeans, when I played last year in the finals against Crypto, he beat me by 17 it was this Angelo standing here. He was with me last year at the Europeans when I lost the first game of the finals against Crypto by 17. He's probably watching. Hi. Or
I think
no, it's too late.
Yeah.
It's too bad. Right. Sorry. I'm confused.
He'll watch it.
He'll watch it later. Right. And that was a very, very tight game too. I lost the first game by 17, I was like, oh, that's bad. And I went into the game with, oh, that's bad. Let's get it over with. But I got a good start, and I came back and won that one by 18.
Wow.
And it was very similar now that I was like, oh, this is going to be tough. But I had a good starting hand. I had like the deck really clicked for me. And there was this, maybe. And he was like 1 or 2 steps away from really getting blown out. Like he had the very first battle, he had to lose
The Fin
first
React.
ray.
Yeah.
Fin React were buried, and he hadn't played the weapons display thing, the firepower so far.
And you drew like 5-3-5 or something.
Yeah, I had checked my destinies, and there was like a single emperor in there, and I didn't have an emperor yet. There were like 4 emperors were in my force pile, and said, no, that's not good. But in that situation, I just had to try, and I drew 2 5s, so that was really, really good. Or at least 1 5. I had one.
General
I think it was
Ray
2.
died. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so that he had to lose a ray, so that was great. And then I got on his turn, he battled my Django, and I got the second Bober. And then he had the perimeter scan. If he doesn't have that, I might even blow him out early. Yeah, that was like really important.
We think he took that with the Ray pull early.
Yeah,
when he played the second Ray.
Then well played. So and then the turn afterwards, there was another situation where we had one thing. I don't remember what was it. He had the perimeter scan for the Bober, and then I went with I don't remember, the Ellis.
Oh yeah, and it's a hit.
It's a hit, and I didn't have a sense yet. And if I had a sense in hand, I can play the Emperor first.
Oh yeah, before Ellison.
Right, but I didn't have a sense, so it didn't really matter. I mean, theoretically, I could have played the Emperor Shadow for maybe it's a sense, but I didn't do that.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't have the Canceller for the Ellis, he gets blown out again. So again, it was very, very close, but yeah. I just drew perfectly. I had all the right cards. It was amazing.
Bastian, when you won your first World Championship back in 2001.
2001.
At the time.
17 years ago.
17 years ago. At the time,
a
lot of people were saying, oh, well, DecipherCon was canceled. You won it at FreedomCon. That wasn't the real World Championships. You were not a real World Champion. As time has gone on, everyone sort of accepted that you're a World Championship. But did that ever mean something to you at the time? And given that, what does it mean to get this one now, 17 years later?
I think in 2001, it was a little bit more... But I don't think there were so many people that debated. I mean, Johnny Chu wasn't there. So I'm extra happy that I beat him today. He was like, in my view, the one person that was missing, because there was lots of good players at FreedomCon. I think Johnny Chu was the only one I was really missing from the top players. And many people said it was a World Championship. And then for me, the decider was that the year after, the committee said, yeah, it was a World Championship. Because Decipher couldn't say it's a World Championship. Decipher said, we're canceling the World Championship for safety reasons. So they couldn't go and say, yeah, all right, it was a World Championship. And then Deck Tech and Decipher, they were pretty at odds, I think. And so I think the Players Committee, they were like, yeah, the binding for it, they were like in the middle, and they said, yeah, it was a World Championship. Decipher doesn't want to acknowledge it, but yeah, all the people were there, and it was a World Championship, so that was good enough for me. So
one thing I think that's cool is you won back in the original Decipher era. There were no V cards at FreedomCon 2001. And now 18 years later, you've won in the V card era. 17 years. Yeah, and the game has shifted quite a bit, but clearly your skills have come back as you've come back to the game. I think just a couple years ago, 2 years maybe.
2 years ago, I played on GAMP the first time. Last year, I did one real life tournament, the Europeans.
Yeah.
And then this year, it was like my fifth tournament, I think.
Yeah, and it come back with a vengeance, really. What are your thoughts on the game now today?
It's great. I mean, Jemp is like the best. I think everybody knows. I mean, people who watch this on the internet, they will play on the internet and know that Jemp is like great. And I don't know, Troy, great job, best guy ever.
Huge for this game.
And and it makes it really, really approachable. And the level, I remember like my last tournament before I went into retirement was Europeans 2006. And it was like, I don't know if Angelo was there.
Yeah, I was there.
It was like 15, 20 Germans. There were 3 Dutch guys because that's in the near. And as far as I remember, there wasn't anybody else. So it wasn't that much. And but that was with weak cards already. So I'm losing my train of thought there.
You thought about the game at that time versus
at 2001 without the virtual cards. The game is. I mean, I missed but I'm not unhappy about it. I missed some of the crazy V-card stuff, so I think there were like 2 or 3 of these resets. And of course, Shadows, Agents of the Black Sun was a big factor at this tournament. But all in all, I think great work by the design team, by the playtesters.
So can you give us a little preview? Right now we've got, sitting here on screen, you can see the top 1, 2, and 3 finishers for the OCS this...
Oh!
No. I have no clue.
Do we want to do this right now?
Yeah,
You want to pick me? Do you want to pick me?
Can you guys want to give a little preview of a few of the people you're thinking about picking?
No.
You don't want to be put on the spot?
No. There's so many people.
It's a stacked field.
No. There's so many people that I met here for the first time. Like, I played Ross yesterday.
Great player, huh?
Great player, but so far I only knew. Yeah, he was there 1 month and immediately qualified, and now played him offline. I played you. Who else did I play?
I lost you twice.
Yeah.
Huh?
I lost to you twice.
You did? Like...
Yeah. See? That's how good
this
he is.
weekend?
This weekend?
Oh,
he's talking about this weekend he played.
No.
He's talking about this weekend.
I was talking about...
Yeah,
this weekend.
so he met just a bunch of people, so now he's like...
If I want to do a tournament report of Europeans 2 weeks ago and Worlds to combined, it was 39 games that I played in these 2 weekends. So I don't remember every single one, but I'm pretty sure we didn't play twice.
No, we did not play twice this week. We played in the OCS.
I played someone else from the OCS.
Tom Kelly, probably?
Oh, yeah.
I think I remember a few games a couple minutes ago.
I played him 4 times.
Johnny Chu's in the OCS, Justin Desai's in the OCS, Emil Wallen's in the OCS. Did you play Emil, Justin, Chu?
Yeah, well, all right, Emil I already knew.
Yeah,
But
totally.
I played Tom Kelly 4 times this weekend. And I played Johnny Chu twice, but I already knew that
So
Johnny's
all of
the
these
best.
people that we're naming, incredible players, all in the OCS.
Right.
We're going to have live streaming coverage of those games.
Yeah,
Goglin's likely going to be commentating those. So if you want to watch more awesome Star Wars games coming up in a few weeks, we've got that coming up. Will be awesome. Bastian,
Joe Olsen, you are on the clock.
Yeah, Bastian, final thoughts.
Yes.
Anything else you want to add for anyone about the game? All right. Congratulations,
Right now,
man. Yeah, you got to be fried. Congratulations on your second World Championship. Well done, man. All right, everyone, that's it for us today. We hope you enjoyed the stream, and
don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe if you have Amazon Prime. There's directions in the resources tab, resources subforum on the forums. Go to resources. You can subscribe for free with Amazon Prime to the Twitch stream, and the PC gets money, so support the PC, do that. Thanks for watching today. Have a good one, everyone.